Three, two, one. We're live.
Button.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Bugboy1014.
The one time I say button and you don't.
Well, one time I say a button and he doesn't.
I'm stressed right now. Okay.
Button.
I'm pushing everyone's buttons right now.
Everyone's
Thank
buttons
you,
have been
boy.
pressed. So hello, everyone.
My buttons.
Welcome to the
Oh,
Oncoming Storm
yeah.
campaign. It is your host, Bugboy1014. I'm joined here by this collection of people.
I am insane.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello.
Hello. God damn it, I'm an idiot.
Oh,
No, you aren't.
I realized, why can't I find it? Because I'm in player view and I can't find Jaydon shit because it's marked under Jaydon.
well, hop out of that. Go into DM view to help me find it because there's a note I need to find before the session actually starts. But yes, this session we're going to be debuting the Airship, and people will be wondering why is everything so disorganized. Roll20 decided to drop a time bomb on my organization yesterday.
Uh,
Like we were doing something, showing off my stuff, and then it's just like boop.
I have a
I-
theory.
Now you don't.
What do you keep trying to say, Randall?
I was going to say, I imagined something Fat could say. Basically, I imagine him being Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, that.
Okay. I forgot there's a note just called Stuff Cathangless can do.
I haven't organized that yet, but though, yes, that's because I have so many actions. Like, I'm gonna just put it all in one sheet.
Right. And I'm also deleting stuff here that no one ever uses or that isn't useful. Not the stuff I made, but like the stuff from other campaigns. What my theory as to what happens, because I only have one theory, and is that I think changes were being made to certain sheets while Acquisitions Incorporated was being fully integrated into the thing, and thus with it fully integrated, and you changed something at the same time. Roll20 went, "What's going on?" and then quote unquote reboot, where it just dumped everything in the root folder.
It dumped in everything at once, and it couldn't handle it.
Yeah, that's my theory as to what happened. I have nothing to base that off of. I just made that up, but
Okay, there we go. That gets rid of that issue because I thought you archived it, and that's why I couldn't see it.
no.
Bug. I'm on Twitch and I don't see you live. Oh,
I'm
you're
not
live on YouTube.
streaming on Twitch. I'm streaming on YouTube. You know this.
Oh, right. Sorry.
It's fine. Yeah.
Hi here.
It's fine. Try to wake up a little bit more. Drink some coffee.
Drink some coffee.
Drink some
Sure.
5-hour energy along with coffee. Just supercharge your system.
That's not how it works.
I'm sorry, sometimes you will hear my
I am
office
tired.
dog.
I've had to deal with a lot today. I'm not.
Sometimes you'll hear my office dog through my mic.
Movies up to Midnight Snopes, Meteor Sword, Mentis Power, Menacing, Mark of Warning.
I'm looking at the same time as you.
Yeah, I'm just slowly scrolling through all of the notes to see if there's something that there. I need to find the notes on, because today will be the debut of the Airship. I need to find the notes on the damn Airship. Why they decided to do this now, I don't know.
They will find the notes of the airship. Airship disappears.
Today is not.
Today is a very scuffed day.
Yeah.
Um,
The player whose debut for the Airship is tired. The Airship notes are gone.
then again, you've been tired for the last previous sessions we've done.
Well, no, the last previous sessions I've actually been very energetic. It's just that I wasn't in that because I was dipping into the holiday mindset, and I was also I think it was around time with the other sessions I think it's also when I was dipping out of university exams.
Oh, right, right,
Yeah.
right.
So there's a
Yeah,
note
so-
called Jaydon's Airship, but this doesn't have the information I want. This has this is just the stock standard airship thing, not the one that I need. So I'm actually deleting that one because that one's not the one I need.
I had like how much? Like
By the way, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Continue.
no, it's fine.
Worst comes to worst, this session just ends up not happening, which, we'll see. But yeah, last time, if you remember, all of you guys were in the Magic Capital, exploring around the city, just doing your own thing, basically having a day of downtime.
Strangus poofed.
And yes, he just
I-
pooped. He pooped at the start of the session.
I am on Stratix.
Yes, you're on Radix.
Is it raining or something?
What?
Is it raining or something?
No, not currently.
Oh, it's not raining.
Why is there a note just called Enter Flabbergast?
Is that a new spell?
No.
Exit light, enter flabbergast.
Oh, I can see it.
That is probably a note from Acquisitions Incorporated, if I had to guess.
Flabbergast.
Yeah, you can't see it. Darkness, Dagger. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing this thing, which is freaking annoying. Jatos. I know what your airship is. You can see your airship.
Як кентрика, X знак другого чи 2X.
Nie możesz teraz.
Oh,
Do you not
Ти го
look?
напишемо.
yeah, because here's the Silver Storm. Did I just never finish the full note to Jaydon's airship? Is that what's happening here?
No, I'm sure that we finished it.
I'm pretty sure we finished it, but like I'm not seeing it here. Unless it decided to delete it. Did Roll20 just decide to delete it?
Oh, that's the dick move, Roll20.
I looked through literally the entire list and it's not anywhere. So I think Roll20 deleted Jaydon's airship.
As the airship. Airship's now gone.
Okay, fine. I need to. Oh. I believe I have a backup in Jaydon's DMs, if I remember correctly. I have a backup.
Yeah, you did have I think you could send me a backup on that.
I know we talked about it a lot, but like, I don't know if I ever sent you the full details on it.
Yay, for once everyone was here, but then Roll20 decided, nah, I don't want to be here today.
Right. Roll20 decided to screw everything up yesterday. Either way, we'll get this session started without it. I do know what the outside of the ship looks like, at least. So I can at least give the description. But, yeah, okay. So, where we last left off, as I said, all of you were in the Magic Capital, doing downtime. What did all of you do with your downtime? I'll start with Surtur, because I know he's the one that knows the most of what he did.
I can't remember anything.
Yeah.
I know, that's part of why I'm doing this.
Well, first, before we actually ended the session, I was going to go sell a bunch of stuff and buy a bunch of diamonds so my character could actually cast Revivify.
Yeah, which...
Hey, we finally have a healer.
I I am a hero as well, but not fully.
Thangus is a cleric.
Yeah.
You're a cleric, but you're a cleric that does damage. So no, that doesn't mean anything.
Are you saying the clockwork doesn't do damage?
Yeah.
Does damage. It's just we don't have anyone who heals.
Yes, you do. You have plenty of people that's going to heal. What are you talking about?
Everyone is healed at least once.
I have
Who here doesn't know Cure Wounds?
He has no healing ability. He literally is just tanky. That's such a wild. Like, if we have no healer,
You
then I
got
might as well
Silver
just
right
give
mad.
myself crazy.
You got Silver right mad.
Oh, we don't have a healer.
This basically just sounds like a bunch of TV static. Freaking
Oh god, it's still being staticky.
Don't go to TV static. Let's go.
synthesized TV static.
I'm just gonna say it's fucking armor noises or some shit. I don't know. Fuck.
That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4.
And after that, we realized that hey, the open market you can sell pretty much literally anything. And then I went, well, I have a fucking dwarven metal galleon that I'm not doing anything. How the hell am I even going to bring it to the open market to sell it?
Right.
Magic.
So we spent like an hour.
Well,
and
what
a half.
specifically in Magic lets you do it is the question.
Yeah, we took like an hour and a half trying to figure out how that would even work. And also we realized that it's basically that it meant that I'm basically sitting on over 2,000 tons of exotic material.
Right.
Oh, good.
Which means
Not the only one.
millions of pounds of exotic material. It doesn't matter what it is. Exotic material is several gold coins per pound.
Oh, Jesus!
So it was like, oh. And when we brought it up, neither of us knew how much a galleon weighed. But at that point, but then when we realized, we were both like, oh, okay.
Right. And we were like, how do we divide all of this up? And that's when Sir and I came across a brilliant solution. The fabricate spell.
Yeah. To be fair, Bug was a little bit more lenient than fabricate rules as written because is a galleon raw material? Not really, but how else are we supposed to divide over 2,000 tons of dwarven metal that is made in the shape of a galleon?
Right. And yeah, we basically found out that the only way to like reasonably transport it is if you made it into into basically 6-inch cubes of dwarven steel, like
Dwarven metal.
large amounts of half-inch cubes. Sorry, large amounts of half-foot cubes.
As a joke, we counted how many cubes that would be. That's over 39,000 fucking cubes like that. Loot box nonsense.
Each of those cubes still weigh upwards of 100 pounds, by the way.
122. Originally we had feet, but we were like, yeah, it's like almost 1,000 pounds each. It doesn't fit in a bag of holding. My character would be over encumbered with just one of the cubes. I'm not sure I want to check out. I'm not sure how it would interact with Fly. We didn't bother checking, but
Right.
yeah,
And back.
but yeah. So we spent a bunch of times. I had
There
to
you go,
roll.
Rattle. You should be back.
Yeah. Sorry.
Back rattle. And
My
I
web
got-
traffic.
I
My
got
web traffic.
Okay.
My
Okay.
web traffic crashed on me.
Okay. And then I got lucky and Silvestro had a book of magical knowledge for that spell. I had to roll because technically, since Fabricate is a 4th level spell, it's higher than rare.
Yeah.
So there was a chance that Silvestro did not have it, and I was just stuck with trying to find it, and I would have to actually buy one from the Magic Capital because how am I bringing it back to the Magic Capital when we're in the airship?
Right. But yeah,
So that's what I did.
you still have the Dwarven Airship. You haven't sold it yet because
Yeah.
you haven't had time to read the book.
Yeah, there wasn't a week of downtime, so I could read the spell and actually start dividing it up.
What did everyone else do in their one day of downtime?
I went to some place and got some stuff, and was challenged for a race.
I'm listening.
If that helps.
I heard you went to a place and got some stuff. The most vaguest description in the world.
Magic shop.
The Magic Capital.
Okay. I went to a place and got some stuff.
You bought something. You bought some magic items. Got it.
Yeah, then I was asked to be a race with Ratex.
Okay.
Africa?
So Zuckerey. Well, I don't know if Zuckerey's fixed his mic. Zuckerey.
He was so mad at not being there, he poofed himself as well.
Alright.
Okay, so we had, what, 1 day of downtime or something? Or whatever?
You had 1 day of downtime in the Magic Capital. Yes.
Yeah, honest, I don't know what 1 day would allow me to do, so he probably just relaxed. Probably just tinkered on already existing stuff, that type of thing.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it
maybe
was
go
right.
read a book. Something like that.
Yeah, read a book, just like a normal book.
Yeah. That's fine. Anyone else would like to share what anyone else would like to share what they did?
I think we already did what Jaydon did for his one day of
Phantom was with
downtime.
Phantom what?
Phantom was with Joffrey. No, the Phantom was with Edward's reading in the library, and Joffrey was with Dracula trying to hustle people. As you do.
Kinda will be joining the call now.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
She actually has some people to voice in this session. I found it. So, you want to know what the name of the note was?
What?
Overview of the ship.
Oh.
That's why, because it was in a folder called the SS Mandriga. That's what it was.
So
I knew Husband Jaydon was there somewhere.
But
But
it's
it's
in the
on the
folder
folder
that
that
doesn't
got
exist
deleted.
anymore. Okay, so yes, so all of you hear a ping in your minds, though, and you can tell it's from Silvestro. Who here allows Silvestro to talk to them? Because
Me.
since you have the Auric mask, he can't forcibly talk to you guys.
Me. Because I don't have a mask.
Sure, he just forcibly talks to you. Yep. Does anyone else? Let's put it this way: does anyone refuse to let him talk to you?
Joffrey's response is
Jaydon
that.
does,
You know what, I'm just like, not in the mood to listen to Sylvester. I'm just gonna say I don't want to listen. I'm good.
Edward and the Phantom would listen, and Dracula would listen, but not Joffrey. Okay.
I will listen.
I think Joffrey would. Joffrey doesn't have a way to stop his telepathic communication. So
Oh,
yes, he
true.
would also hear it.
That's just
Unless-
his response to it. Just
Unless Joffrey gained the Auric mask, I didn't know about.
plot twist. He's made of Auric mask.
He's made of a remask. I don't know how that works.
Yeah. All of Sylvester says to all of you, come immediately down to my lair. I have a surprise for all of you. In particular, you, Jaydon. And then the line cuts.
What did he say to Jaydon? Sorry?
He said, all of you come down to my lair. In particular, you, Jaydon. I have a surprise for all of you.
Is someone flying? If I will follow them.
Okay.
I was gonna cut in like about 20 minutes or so.
Doesn't
That is
doesn't
Edward's reaction. One moment, I found a spicy novel.
does,
It's just
someone-
Fireball.
Honestly,
He's
that
very
wouldn't
literal.
surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if Sylvester had like a very had like some very like suspicious manga.
No,
Like,
he just had the book. I joked about freaking I forget his name.
I
Look where I find him.
doesn't someone have a sentient broom?
That's Jeffrey. That's Joffrey.
That's
Yes.
Jeffrey. Joffrey, because I accidentally spelled his name the most annoying way.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
he's going there, I'll be following him.
Oh.
All right. So, do all of you proceed to Sylvester's lair?
yeah.
Even those that didn't hear him.
Yes, you heard him if you let him in your mind.
I'm following
yes.
Jeffrey to the place.
Jeffrey's response: "I can't has your money."
No.
Hello, Diana. So, Diana, to catch you up. Everyone was resolving what they did in their 1 day of downtime in the Magic Castle, and they've currently been summoned by Sylvester to head to the lair. Alright. Is there anyone who is not heading to Sylvester's lair?
Maybe
No,
he's-
actually.
Maybe Zokurai if no one tells him.
Yeah, no one tells me. I can't really. I mean, I'm not gonna know
Zokurai's
how to
reading his
follow.
Zokurai's reading his new favorite novel, 49 Colors of Black.
And I don't know if and where Zokurai is
Uh.
exactly, or if he's in anyone's path.
Zokurai is reading his new novel, Engineering for Dummies.
Okay, that's insulting. Wow.
By his dad.
Wow. Okay.
By his dad with a specific footnote to Zokurai.
Okay,
Come on now.
Yo, you really want
Uh, I was just thinking light jab. Fox made it personal. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'd probably just be in like a open area reading, so wouldn't be hard to find after this.
Actually, Zokurai, give me a perception check.
Oh God. Well, alright, let's see if I get the gift or not.
I feel like he would see my shadow if he's still reading.
Wait, can I do something with Zokurai?
Okay.
I
my perception is 0.
I feel like Sakurai would notice my shadow flying over above him.
Give me,
Please,
I mean, it's an entire city. Unless
Reddick.
someone was with
Okay.
him, unless someone was with him, there's a chance that no one even passes by Zokurai.
Oh my God!
No,
don't
I
make this
wanna-
harder when I got an 18 on a 0.
Can I say the results of the perception check now? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, because I'm trying to get this done before Jaden's power cuts out,
Oh jeez.
which is probably going to be in, what, 20 minutes? Jaden? Are you still with us?
Sorry.
I said I was trying to get this done before your power cuts out, and I asked how long is that? So.
Yeah. About 15 minutes left.
Okay. Zofar, you happen to notice a large amount of your party, I'll call them, are seemingly moving back towards the center of the city to enter the elevator,
Jeffrey would just casually poke Zokurai.
including Rhino Darkstar and Radix. Also, yes, Jeffrey pokes you.
He just casually just start poking.
There's a sentient pro. Okay, I'll more question that later.
He just responds, I don't question your sentience, bitch.
I'm just gonna question the sentient broom later, and for now, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Sure, this totally doesn't tell anything bad. I'm just gonna follow the group. Sure.
He just then see a giant phantom that looks menacing as fuck, just pick him up, just like, nope.
Like,
Is it hard to hear me, by the way?
No.
No, you're here, but
I know.
Jaydon would look to Zakurai. But at this point, I'm quite surprised that you aren't at least that you are this surprised by everything.
Okay.
get used to it.
I'm never gonna get used to this. I know I'm never gonna get used to this. Alright, so onward we go to wherever the hell we're going.
We're going to find Cathanglis and the kobold.
What was your question, Cathanglis?
Oh, he said onward to where we're going, and then that's
Yeah.
that's Edward's response. It's like we're going to find Cathanglis and the kobold.
Onward to where we're going. And where you're going is down below, deep down below, into Sylvester's lair. Because the route that you take is you go to the elevator, then you go down to that arena area you're in before, and the Ori Temple is a short walk from the arena area. This time you don't get jumped by a bunch of people, which is nice. Because the Ori kept clearing out the local area a little bit, so you don't have to worry about mage hunters or evil wizards jumping you. So you all managed to make your way to Sylvester's lair, and I will transition us there. Where is Sylvester's lair?
By the way, Bug,
Yes.
after the session, I'm gonna DM you some actually cool music I found that's like fitting for the Magic Capital.
Okay, cool. Also, I realized I
And
have my
what
music
is
deleted.
my rival doing here? What is he doing here?
Ah, yes, third buddy.
They, because last time I had the Sylvester map loaded, it was with Timeline 2, and they were in Sylvester's lair.
And because of Roll20 deciding to shit all over the folders, I think they didn't have time to make a map check.
Yeah.
Spoiler, Jaydon. There is
So
now a third on every map.
So, I would like everyone to drag their characters out onto the map. You don't have to, but I would like it.
Give me a moment. I have 4.
Here and then.
I don't think I have met the dragon yet.
No, you did, because he was there when I first brought you in, remember?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
that
I think we've
first
seen
meeting
him-
happened in Sylvester's lair, though you didn't get to interact with him much. Jaydon is just writing Kevin. I like to think that even Jaydon is tired, so he's just kind of laying on Kevin while Kevin just skitters around, carrying him.
I forgot to fix my HP.
Edward, no, don't teleport.
Right, I forgot how low HP you have, though. Correct. Isn't that from when
Wait.
you bounced off of, like, the dimensional barrier or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
Just get hit for 99% of his HP.
Hello there, fellow dragon.
Move.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Uh, I just say hello, fellow dragon, to the big green one.
Sylvester turns back to you and says, "Hello, small purple dragon. Though you don't seem to be in that form right now."
Yeah. Uh, does a cat react to what he's called me?
Um, sorry. Kaya's having issues where she can't actually show up in Roll20. I'm trying to deal with that on the side.
Oh.
Sylvester does address all of you, and he says, well, Drake, you're cool. No, but I do have a method of transportation. And he looks over at Jaydon and says, your little project has been completed.
It just gives a thumbs up, tiredly.
And yeah, Sylvester looks over, and then he motions to one side of his horde. And do you look where he's motioning to?
Yep. I would.
I will.
Jaydon, do you do it?
Yes.
And you see sitting in his horde a brand new, big, bombastic captain's hat.
Big bombastic what?
A brand new, big, bombastic captain's hat with the emblem of Mandraga on
He just squints, grabs the, Charles just basically pick up the hat and he just puts it on Sylvester's head. You are the captain now.
Sylvester picks up the hat, puts it on your head, and then uses magic to make sure it doesn't come off of your head.
So
he goes,
basically rooted to Jaydon's hat.
and then he looks at you, smiles, and says, why don't you go see your new ship? It's waiting in the skyport for you.
Before that all happens, Jane's gonna cast Create Bonfire on the hat and toss it. It's like, I don't like wearing hats.
We'll just casually take it.
Dracul just casually takes it and says, I'm the captain.
I'm the captain now.
Sylvester does say, he who wears the hats is the captain of the ship.
Jane will take the emblem and put it like... You know, no. Jane will take off the hat and you'll put it on Kevin. Kevin is the captain now.
Kevin the captain. Okay.
But did you want to tell Cap what happened? What the Fonto called me?
What happened with what?
Do you want to tell Cap what Fonto called Rockstar?
I don't know what you're asking me.
You are mumbling something, and I hear, do you want to tell Counselor Valkako about the Death Stone?
Sorry, just I have a speaking problem.
No, it's okay. I understand, and that's perfectly fine.
Could you try typing it out?
I don't mean to judge anyone based on that, but that was very incoherent for me.
Yeah, I know. That's why I ask him to repeat himself sometimes. But yes. Kayana will actually go to you. Toshio has noticed that there's a new... Now, this is separate from the group. Toshio has noticed in her own venturing, she's walking around the Magic Capital. She knows that there's a new giant ship in the skyport that she doesn't recognize. But it has the symbol of Mandraga on the side of it. And on the sails. How does Toshio react?
She just looks and smiles and keeps walking away.
Okay.
Why did it sound like she just glitchy scream before that? I just heard ah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Ah.
Yeah, Cathanglis isn't there, Rattle. He poofed.
Oh. Yeah, Cathanglis is not here.
Jeffrey, Jakul, and Edward are, and the Phantom.
Cathanglis is currently where Sortu is, the little kobold boy.
He's keeping Sortu company.
And it's like we just flashed. Meanwhile, with Sortu and Cathanglis, and both of them are just fishing on that boat still.
This is just fishing while hovering, just like, I hope I catch your mackerel. We're in the fucking abyss, Tubby!
I can actually show that. Hold on. So if we go back to this map,
Oh.
they were just on this boat, just fishing. Last time I remember.
The last time I remember, we were in Cathanglis casted like a level 9 spell.
I know you're on the lakeshore, but I like the mental image of some time has passed and now all three of you are just sitting on a boat fishing.
Cathanglis forgot he was wearing the Ori mask and slowly approached him going, why won't you talk to me? Oh wait, it's the mask.
Right. Alright. So Sylvester indicates that the ship is not in his lair, but it's waiting for you in the skyport in the Magic Capital. For reference, the skyport, even though it's not shown on this map, it's roughly around here, where it's docked on the outside walls of the city.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Sorry.
what was that, Jaydon?
No. Sorry.
Okay.
Before I leave, I'm gonna give Sylvester some good berries.
Oh. He thanks thanks you for the good berries and eats them immediately. Alright.
You're welcome.
Before you go, so, are all of you going to head to the skyport, or does anyone else want to do anything for you?
Phantom and Edward just
Go ahead.
letting Zokar see first.
I was gonna say, what else can we really do besides go to the Skyford?
Everything.
We also have to hurry before Flame loses Wi-Fi.
Right. Yeah, I don't really have anything I can or can think of doing, so let's just go there.
The Phantom and Edward just look at Sylvester before bowing and going, remember to keep your promise. And then just left.
Alright. So, all of you head out, and you all head topside to the center of the city. This time you use the permanent teleport circle to just teleport to the center of the city.
Someone's a spy.
Since no one has been there yet, does anyone have skills in Navigator's Tool?
Oh.
Pretty sure, hasn't Jaydon knows this place, doesn't he? So he would know where to go.
True. Jaydon knows where the skyport is, so he can lead you there.
I only have star map. A star map.
You don't have...
Dracula's navigators to us.
Okay. But Jaydon already has the place memorized, so he can already bring you there.
Yeah.
I like to think Cathanglis just starts pulling out all of his tools, and Jaden's like, you know I have this place memorized, right?
Cathanglis isn't here!
Not Cathanglis, Dracul. I like to mention Dracul pulling all of his things.
Like Dracul's like pulling out like a map and like a compass type deal, And Jay's just like slowly puts those back in his bag.
Alright. As all of you begin to walk over, the skyport, which is on the wall, but like it's nested in such a way it looks like a port on the sea, but it's specifically for airships. And all of you begin to see there's a large amount of ships there. Some are made of wood, some are made more of exotic materials, some of them are really weirdly shaped. A lot of them are just seafaring vessels, though. But there's one particular vessel that catches your eye. Jaydon, specifically, because you see the mark of the Mandraga household on the outside of it. In fact, it catches your eye so much, you nearly walk directly into Toshio, who happens to be walking by.
With Gertie, I'm surprised no one questioned why Wild Darkness doesn't have a mask yet.
You don't need a mask for this.
Yeah,
I think everyone would be questioning why everyone else does.
honestly, yeah.
The masks are the least of the concern right now. So, you almost bump into Toshio.
Jay will kind of like step back a bit. Like, oh, sorry, mom.
And
yes, Jay does say "mom" out loud.
It's just teasing her response. Aw, you're learning.
So, I will now describe the ship, and I've actually kept this description for a while.
My pal's gonna cutscene. Best be quick.
Yep, cutscene time. All of you see, this giant, what looks like a giant black juggernaut, bigger than any ship you've seen before. It's a vessel you can tell would never float on the water if it couldn't fly. It is huge. It's like bigger than a galleon, like a lot bigger than a galleon.
Yeah.
It's about 4 to 5 times the size of a galleon, seemingly. And it has blazoned on the side the SS Mandraga naming on it, as well as the helm figurine is what looks like one giant Auric mask. And the sails the sails aren't drawn, but you can see there's quite a number of sails. There's rows upon rows of cannon ports and cannons in the ports. There's ballistas. There's mangonels on the deck. This thing is bad.
I don't know if that can fit in that.
Anything's possible if you believe.
And it takes a little bit to notice, but you can also start to notice that there is almost, not quite wings, but there's like attachments on the side that have propellers and what look to be turbines or something. You guys don't know what it is, but some kind of engine. Like some kind of propulsion engine on the side. And everything is covered in armored plates, and it seems to be made entirely out of adamantine.
And
I don't know if Ratchet can fit in the ship.
What are you asking, Rattle?
I don't know if Ratix can fit in the ship.
Yes, Radix can fit in the ship. We're not worrying about that right now.
No, I literally just said, as you're cool, I'm pretty sure everything can be done if you believe in it.
Yeah. Oh, Bahamut. That is one big black ship, indeed. However, I will have... does anyone here have knowledge of chloroform?
Yes!
All of you give me perception or arcana checks.
Hold on, I'm gonna start with Jeffrey.
Could I at least try?
You don't have knowledge of it, so no.
Give you a what check?
Oh wait, hold on,
Perception
that's
or
Jeffrey.
arcana.
What or Arcana?
Perception or Arcana. I'm trying not to be too loud because my dad asked me to keep my voice down. Someone rolled a nat 1 on their intelligence. Perception. Okay. Thirder, you happen to notice that there is small green veins that can occasionally be seen in the adamantine, leading you from what you know about the material to think it's not just adamantine, it's adamantine and chlorophyte. And as I said, this thing is massive. Some of you that have any sort of technology knowledge, like Zokai, for example, wonder how this thing can even fucking fly.
Sorry, I'm just doing all my rolls.
If it's okay for Bug, I would ask any one of you, so you can decide who does it, but one of you, if one of you could make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes. Who would like to make a wisdom save?
I will.
Phantom. Actually, no, Chakul.
I heard someone else's voice first. It was Rattle. So Rattle made a wisdom save.
That's okay. Good to know.
What happened, Jadis?
Well, in this case, nothing, because this save was a fail.
That's weird. A failed save leads to nothing. Wait, what?
Okay.
Well, sometimes that happens.
Yep, it's one of the weird things in this case. So, yes. What does everyone do about the ship? You'll have to like walk up a bunch of stairs up to like a catwalk area if you want to try and get on the ship. Right now, it's currently floating above you, about like from you to the base of the ship, the very bottom of the ship is about 40 feet, and the ship is, you don't even know how tall. It's massive.
I'm gonna use Bratic to get up there faster.
You're gonna try to fly up there faster. Okay.
Yeah.
To fly up to the deck, you end up having to fly about 150 feet in the air just to be able to make it to the deck. It's in fact to the point where you're starting to feel high altitude. The air is thinner up here because of how high up it is.
Yeah. The fact the magic capital is already a bit in the air.
Yes, because of floating islands. It's on a floating island. Okay. Gets on Jeffrey. Mush! Are you okay?
That's Edward's response to everyone that has altitude sickness. Like, are you okay?
Also, it seems I didn't do that fast enough because Jaydon dropped out in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Oh well. Either way, all of you have now seen Jaydon's airship.
I just like to think that Jakul just gets on Jeffrey, you know, mush, and Jeffrey's like, fucking hold on!
Right.
Oh, go!
I'll go ahead and run Jaydon's character as an NPC for now, if that's okay with everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, because it would be weird letting Jaydon in the port if we take off.
Right. Well, I didn't figure you guys were going to do takeoff today.
Yeah.
So, Jaydon is just kind of stunned and doesn't know how to react to all of this. Though I'm sure Toshio, Diana's character, is probably comforting him. If I had to guess.
Comforting who?
Jaydon.
Yeah.
Once we're on the ship, I'm gonna get off of Ratic's turn to go get Jaydon.
What?
Once I'm on the ship, I'm gonna tell Ratic to go get Jaydon.
Oh. Jaydon is still writing Kevin. And also, I don't think Radix is going to ferry everyone up there. That's not the way I intended this to go.
I just
Okay,
noticed
so-
something.
So, everyone's
Um,
first impressions of the ship.
Oh, someone did. I don't.
Okay, Starfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just has a little bit of a headache, and I understand. I'm gonna.
Eh.
Okay.
Okay. You have to go. Yes. That is the yes, Jaydon. They do.
Okay, then everyone who's wearing an auric mask, if you
Which-
could make a perception check, that would be nice.
Which is
Okay.
everyone except for Rattle and
Yeah.
Brightness.
And the Phantom and the Guardian and on my end.
Am I really? I should keep track of that now.
Holy Shakur!
Boy, that's okay. So, yeah.
Wait until everyone does their rolls first, Jadis.
I
Yep.
can't do mine.
Oh, go get your coolest.
What was that, Diana?
Yes.
I can't do mine.
Oh, well, you don't need to do yours. You're not wearing an Auric mask.
But I'm just saying I can't do anything.
I don't know why you can't chill out. That's not my fault. I don't know why it's doing that.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, did everybody roll?
I think everyone has.
Okay,
the
then
Guardian does not.
everyone who rolled a 20 or higher sees behind Rattle a very faint, small blue orb hovering in the air.
Oh, what?
Should I just get a question that really hard? Because it's like, what was that?
Who's gonna bap it?
Well, I think it's intangible. Wait, let me check. I'm pretty sure
I
it's
believe,
intangible.
if you're talking about a scrying sensor, yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's intangible, so it would go through.
Which, Dracul and Zokarai, both of you know. Dracul and Dread, both of you know what that looks like because Silvestro has explained what a scrying sensor is.
Do I know what it is?
Because of how often Lion Fang put a scrying sensor on Good Thingless.
I'm not sure I was
Dracul
there for that
prepare-
conversation.
What was that, Clocksmith?
I don't know if I was there for that conversation. I don't remember it as a player.
I don't know if you were either, but given other people know, you could eventually.
Okay.
So the orb was behind me.
Yep.
And
So,
I
if
say,
it's behind him, does that mean it's on the airship? Because I thought Wild Darkstar was on the airship.
Then it
Yes.
is technically on the airship, yes.
Okay.
I
Huh.
did ask one to the other people.
Alright. So,
I also just checking all my character sheets to see if anyone has Dispel Magic. They don't.
Not again.
no one has Dispel Magic.
at some point.
I do.
I'm waiting for an answer from everyone that I'm actually what are they looking at.
Would anyone like to make an Arcana check on the scrying sensor?
Cool.
I'm looking for a really high check here, by the way.
Okay, maybe not.
Hold on, I'm gonna do it with Dracul.
I need a 30 or higher.
I can't make that.
Yeah. Dracul did not.
I try my best.
I feasibly cannot.
Okay. Jadis, the reason why I was having to make the Arcana check was, if they got an Arcana check of 30, I was going to let them be able to use that to trace back to who did the scrying sensor.
To be honest, I
But
had
that's
a
not
similar
something
idea.
within anyone's magical means currently.
I see.
Who just became a quartercaster?
And as an
Why
odd question, do our eyes show up? Show up behind the mask? Because I'm not sure how Rattle can tell we're looking at something in the air.
What is the guy doing to me?
I don't know what you mean by show up behind the mask.
Behind the mask, they look purple and glowing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Makes sense. Okay.
Maybe
I got my
purple
answer.
and glowing. Yeah, you look like your body is made of ethereal purple flames while you're wearing the Uri's mask.
Right.
Which is meant to hide your identity, which is part of the
Okay.
point.
Who paid me like 3 times? Did I get? No. And that's a good time to note that I should probably swap my status, and I didn't think about it.
So,
In his head, he's just thinking this.
the quarter, I think it's, I don't remember if it's the quartermaster. What's the name of the person who's the head? Sorry, what's the name of the person who's the head of a pier?
I'm trying to think. I
Is
know
it the
it's
Harbor Master?
That's my first thought.
Harbor Master.
Harbor Master. Ship, not ship captain, not ship brain. I don't know. Either way, whoever it is, the official one comes by here and says, "Are you guys the one that brought this ship in?"
Who just stands up damn straight.
And he starts eyeing over to Jaydon and says, "It's got your mark. It's got your mark on it, boy. Are you going to be shipping out soon?"
Jaydon is still not here.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep on asking 20 questions like a bitch.
Jaydon is still not here, so it'll be 2 NPCs talking to each other now.
True. The shipmaster looks over at Dracul and says, "Mind your tone."
Do you mind yours before something bad can happen to you?
Is that a threat?
Doesn't sound like one. I didn't know you can answer that.
Also, by the way, Tokyo is here. Just for perspective. Because Tokyo is still accompanying Jaydon, so that means that she's next to Jaydon.
How am I hearing Discord sounds? I just put myself on Do Not Disturb.
Did I put myself on Do Not Disturb?
I forgot to put myself into Do Not Disturb.
I'm going to assume I was hearing someone else, or Discord is fucked. One or the other.
Oh, it's a bit late for me to put on Do Not Disturb, so I'm not gonna do it now.
I'm going to assume it's not me. I'm going to try not to react if I hear it again, but yeah. Like, wait,
All
what?
right. Yeah. He just kind of shakes his head and looks back to Jaydon and says, "You're gonna be shipping out soon." And Jaydon says, Sylvester said this could transport us to somewhere else that we need to go." And the shipmaster looks back at the ship, looks back at you and goes, "Well, it's floating now, so it seems like it could." And he just kind of laughs. How about the rest of you? Are you all with them?
We should be going.
Jeffrey just says, astute observation, Kyle.
Do you all know how to crew a ship like this? Because it's a lot more complicated than just crewing a wagon or something.
Just a rundown.
I can give you guys a rundown of it if you want. Sylvester already informed me that I needed to probably do such a thing.
Well, at least he didn't. Well, at least he didn't completely forget about it.
Indeed. So, with that, the quartermaster begins to explain how to crew a ship. Shall I explain to everyone the basics of how to crew a ship? Mechanically
Yeah.
speaking, I mean.
Sure. Yeah,
Yes.
that would be a good idea, especially since the notes are probably all over the place right now.
Yeah. So I don't have all of the notes fully prepared for a ship, but I do have. I will make one note visible, and this is to everyone. And that is
Thank
the
you.
senior crew roles one that should have popped up on your screen now.
Anyone it didn't pop up?
I clicked show the player, so it should pop
Yeah.
up in your screen.
Okay.
I thought it went to. I thought I showed this to players before. Oh
You,
no, it's not.
You made it visible to all players, but since it's so far down in there, I just made it pop up for everyone.
Yeah, instead of
Apologies.
everyone having to look up for where it is and all that.
Right. So there is 6 main. So how it works is that there's a general crew, and then there's what's called the senior crew role. The senior crew roles are people who guide everyone else within their particular branch of the ship. And the senior crew roles are the captain, the cannoneer, the shipwright, the navigator, the surgeon, and the quartermaster. All of those are different roles on the ship, and they're basically guide teams of other people. And you can read that here. You can read about what all the different ones require. They require different proficiencies, and they get bonuses from different things. The captain, cannoneer, shipwright, navigator, surgeon, and quartermaster basically act in a similar way to a normal character's strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. That's what I was thinking. Charisma. So, the 6 ability scores of the ship is derived from the relevant ability scores from the senior crew member that's filling that role. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So, as other than the senior crew roles, though, you need a certain amount of people in your skeleton crew. A skeleton crew is the minimum amount of people required for the ship to actually function. And I don't mean function as in, I don't mean function with full battlefield efficiency. I mean function at all. The skeleton, the minimum required for the skeleton crew is determined by all of the parts on the ship. And this is a large ship, so it needs a large crew. Usually if you want it to be a fully functioning ship that's fully capable in the battlefield sense, you want double the skeleton crew in terms of just hands. And this is not counting the senior crew members.
Not counting. Oh,
yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna need that.
So, even with the entire Auric Temple and all of the people in the Mandriga household working on the ship, you guys still don't have enough crew.
Sorry, that's
How the fuck are we gonna recruit?
Well, that's part of what this session was meant to do. For reference, and the quartermaster does mention this, that the skeleton crew for this ship, for the SS Mandriga, is 59 people. You need 59 people for a skeleton crew, at least 118 if you want at full capacity. So, yeah, actually, sorry, no. I forgot. It's more than that. Because the skeleton crew is just for the non-gun parts. I forgot. So it's actually, the full crew is double the skeleton crew plus the amount of crew required for all the guns. And for what the quartermaster tells you, there is 68 cannons on this ship, in addition to other weapons. Meaning that the full crew you require is 430.
Wait. Oh, there's multiple people required for the cannons and stuff. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, each There's specifically 8 ballistas, 68 cannons, 8 harpoons, 6 mangonels, 2 trebuchets, and 20 boarding hooks.
And how many people do we have for right now? Counting
59.
the house. We have 59.
We do not have 59. That would be how much would be required for the skeleton crew. Currently, last time I counted, I believe the Mandrega household has in total about 60 members. Not including Toshio and Alexandra and Jaydon. In terms of just like the employees that work in the Jaydon household. So that's all of the scouts, all of the knights, all of the, all those people. And then the Ori have about 30 members.
46 plus our party.
Yeah.
We're close to skeleton crew, but we don't need it.
And keep in mind, you also don't count the senior crew members towards the skeleton crew.
So we would need to be at least 65 to even take off.
Yeah, to even take off and function well. So, with this, there's a bunch of other specific rules for it. I will actually now make the overview of the ship visible to all of you if you'd like to read through.
Sure.
I will now show you the full schematics of this ship as written down by me. And now you can see all the statistics, all the things that go into here. A lot of this is not explained, but I have notes written down for everything and explaining it. I just don't have them fully organized. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me questions.
Before the joke happens again, way too far off, I'm assuming Harold and Gerald aren't gone off somewhere in the middle of the city or something.
Fuck.
Harold and Gerald are currently gone off somewhere in the middle of the city.
God damn it!
Because they didn't have a week mass, and Silvestro forgot to message them.
Okay, so I was about to say, well, shouldn't it help?
They're in the void.
No, they're not in the void. They're just currently, I believe. I'll just go ahead and say they're getting crumpets in the Magic Capital. They just had a local pastry shop eating pastries. Yes, by the way, Kayana, Toshio and Alexandra would also likely work on the ship if they want to join Jaydon for his little adventure here. But if Toshio wants to stay behind because she's the faction leader, that would also make sense. But I figured this would also give a way for Alexandra to kind of be part of the party, because she didn't really get much time to shine. As well as Sprinkles, her sprite dragon thing.
Dragon.
Fairy dragon, that's it.
Just to tell Cap what you guys heard about me.
So would anyone like me to explain what's going on in this stat sheet that you're all looking at?
You didn't show me it.
Really? Oh, right. Hold on. I made it only visible to Jaydon. Let me click show the
I'm
play.
sorry, I just want to let you know.
It sure popped up for everyone.
There we go.
I thought when I clicked show the players, it would just make it visible to everyone, but no, I evidently do that first, and then show the players. Here is the full details on the ship, with none of it.
Oh. Again, I do understand because I was there.
Yeah. So, sorry, I thought you were looking at this the whole time.
No, I wanted to help at least.
The ship is a hulk with an interior volume of 100 by 150 square feet, a modifier size of 4, and about 150 parts. All this isn't accounting for weapons yet, which weapons add a lot more parts, as we saw later. Also, I realized I never figured out the AC. do that.
We need a shipwright first to do that.
I'll do that at another point. It doesn't matter right now because it's not like you're gonna get in combat with this ship yet.
Cool. Just look at this. Go. All right. I'll be the navigator.
Yeah. This is a good time to figure out who can fill what crew roles and who wants what senior crew roles.
Out of character, Dracul has a Dracul has a plus 30 in a dex, so he's perfect for this.
Right. I'll let Jaydon decide what his what his role is next time he's here. But yeah.
I did request the others to not tell cast about what I am.
You did request what?
That others don't tell Cass what I am. Like,
that he casts what you are? What? I don't know. Can you type it out? I don't know what you're saying. Thank you. I apologize. I'm not trying to make fun of your speech thing. It's just I have a hard time understanding it. Sometimes.
In the small meantime, what are the numbers between in parentheses? Like base 6, 7,200 total. Is it the weight?
Where on current?
The
currency.
overview.
I don't see where currencies. Let's see here.
The overview of the ship.
Oh no, that's weight. That's weight.
Okay.
Yeah. That is weight. The weight is 88,000 pounds, or 44 tons, before the weapons. 340,000 pounds after you incorporate the weapons.
Okay.
So yeah, it goes from 44 tons with nothing, with no weapons on it, to 170 tons with weapons on it. And yet somehow this thing still flies. And as you can see, it can also fly up to an elevation of 10,000 feet. Somehow. Which, I mean, I had to do some nonsense. For reference, those Stratos buoys are very rare magic items.
We had to do a lot of nonsense, Bug.
Jaydon had to spend a lot of money on this.
I can understand.
For reference, if I remember correctly, he basically used 2 adamantine galleons and a crap ton of chlorophyte. Because he got 2 different adamantine galleons.
Rattle, I think I said this before, but Cathanglis is not here.
Around 10 minutes after you saw plop up the first blue sphere pop up, could you all make another saving throw?
It's
And I
been
mean
10
all
minutes.
of you.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Well,
Let introduction
If
of
we
the
were
ship.
being told all of this in game, it would probably take over 10 minutes. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw, all of you.
Oh, of course it's wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I forgot to mention this little detail on the ship, by the way. It's entirely covered in Silvestral's dragon scales. I forgot to mention that.
That's not terrible.
I only got a 6.
Oh, I got a
Your
low
cool
roll.
get the highest at 15.
Not everyone has rolled.
By people rolling below 10 pretty much on every dice except Zokurai, but he has a plus 0.
Also, you gotta realize Dracul has a plus 8 to his wisdom.
Yeah. Everyone rolled low. Dracul has the highest wisdom save. Unless you want to count my bless as part of the... My own bless as
I'm
part of
an
my wisdom
idiot.
stuff.
I realize I can have bless on my characters, and my characters no bless.
Should I roll for Ratix?
I mean...
Yeah, roll for Radix.
I mean, I have it on all the time because it's a first level spell slot.
And Surtur can now spam first level spells.
So,
what happened?
All of you who have a mask, see that there is one of those faint little scrying sensors just plops up behind everyone.
Another one has appeared.
Yeah, another few ones.
There was multiple now.
I have 2 on me now.
Well, technically the first one faded.
Oh.
But it's funny that I was going to bring up the spelling breath potion. I'm like, no, that's with Cathanglis, and he's not here.
Kathangos gave it your cool and Zokurai one. I remember this. Zokurai
Okay.
has 10.
They're seeing it, but they're not seemingly reacting to it, Jadis. This is getting out of hand now. There's 2 of them. There's more than 2. There's 3 of them now.
I was doing the Star Wars quote.
I don't have a mask, so I don't see any of this.
Yep. You do not see any of them. If you cast detect magic, you will see them, but otherwise, no.
Okay, how high do you have to roll to see it?
Good
Didn't you already
question.
roll?
Good question. How high do we?
What's your question?
Well, since you were alerted to the first one, I would have just skipped the perception check this time and just said that everyone who's wearing an auric mask can see them this time, since there are a lot of them now, so they're hard to miss.
I don't have a mask.
Yes, we are aware.
Alright. I will make another... It's okay if I make another ship note appear for people?
Sure.
Yeah.
Here is the weapons note I happen to find that has details on all the different weapons a ship can have.
Huh.
Was this the thing where I joked about Zokurai being a cannoneer, with how much he joked about trying to shoot others?
Yes. You joked about how Zokurai would be great for a cannoneer because of how much he tries to shoot other people in the face.
He literally had like 5 moments where it's just like, I'm gonna shoot you.
I mean, guns are his forte, so it's not wholly inaccurate.
Yeah. It's not inaccurate. So, as you can see, here is all the different kinds of guns here. By the way, ignore the hands for boarding hooks. We're ignoring those. And the cannon, I have, along with Jaydon, we realized a cannon really only requires 2 people, not 4.
Oh crap, can you remind me the name of the thing? I accidentally closed it. Can you?
I'll just click show the players again and pop up again.
Okay, thanks.
So, let me know when everyone's read this document.
Okay, I guess I'll read it first then before reacting to the...
I've read it, but I've read it before.
Okay. The reason why I'm emphasizing all this is, 1, this is supposed to be a peaceful session where I just basically explain things. And 2, once you guys actually get on the road and start flying, I'm not going to remind you of a lot of this.
So,
You're gonna have
Bug, I'm
to
sorry
remember.
from speaking over you a lot.
What was that?
Sorry from speaking over you a lot and speaking over everyone else.
You're not. You're fine. So, Kayana, is Toshio or Alexandra doing anything at this point? As I think people at this point are starting to be escorted to the ship. Oh, by the way, Jadis, are the scrying sensors following them?
Yes, they are very much doing so.
Okay, Kayana, continue.
Can I continue?
Is Alexandra or Toshio doing anything right now? Are they going to go enter the ship, or... Well, Alexandra isn't here, but is Toshio going to go enter the ship?
No.
No? Okay. I think I heard you say no.
No, she said no.
Okay. So she just kind of stays down there and smiles as Jaydon goes off to enter the ship.
Would
and then...
tell Alexandra.
Kevin goes to enter the ship, and if any of you look back, you realize Jaden's currently asleep on Kevin. He's exhausted and has fallen asleep. Okay. With this, I've done all the explaining I want to do out. Is there any questions anyone has? Otherwise, I'll leave you guys to your own devices to do whatever you want.
Can you repeat that, both of you? I missed the first part and I missed what Kayana was saying because it was just a mess of two people talking at the same time.
I didn't hear Kayana was talking. Kayana, go ahead.
I said Alexandra doesn't go with you. She wants to do her own thing.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay. So, who's sticking around the thing?
What?
I was trying to understand what you said.
She's doing her own thing. She's not going.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine. I was saying what I was saying, sir, is that all of my explanations are done at this point. Unless anyone has any questions about this, I'm just going to leave you guys to your own devices to role play and do whatever you want to in the sandbox.
Okay, yeah, because I have questions, but it's not related to the ship stuff. So,
what are your questions? Are they stuff?
How many sensors are there now?
3.
3?
Yeah,
3.
Okay. I thought it was more.
No, there was 3. They are following you though, so notably.
Yeah.
Okay. If everyone is done with all that sort of stuff, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back. You guys can feel free to do whatever you want while I'm done.
Alright, I want to dispel magic the sensors. I don't know how to do that on my own to know if it works or not.
He'll just like stand back and just drinks one of his dispelling breath potions and just uses it.
Okay.
So, you said you're dispelling one of the sensors? Okay.
The last time we ended up dispelling a bunch of sensors, it was a very big battle started. That was fun.
I would like you, if you really dispel the sensor, I would like you to make a perception check.
Perception. Well,
Yeah,
first of
all
all,
of you.
I don't know the level of the spell. So, first of all, do I need to, assuming?
No, it just if you dispel it, it just pops away.
Okay, I wasn't sure if okay. So I guess this crying stuff just what?
Wait, is that a 32?
Yes, it is a 32.
Well, I'm okay. Well, then you would definitely see it. Then he would see a actually let the others make a perception check first too if they want to.
Sure, I guess I wouldn't be far from Dracul if I was going to go for the spell magic right before Dracul used his dispel magic breath weapon thing.
Oh boy. Well,
Dracul probably see it. I probably don't see
Yeah.
whatever happened.
yeah, that's about it. Yeah, you see a little raven who's sitting. I'm assuming you're on deck of the ship.
Of course.
You would see a somewhere a bit off in the port. You would see a I would say medium raven. And as soon as the scrying sensor is dispelled, its eyes flash in a slight blue light. Boy, I need tea.
Interesting.
So what sort of chaos are you getting into out of this?
What?
We dispelled the we dispelled the sensors.
Look at what your cool rolled for perception.
32.
Yeah. There's no hiding from that.
No. Something to mention about Dracul is he was kind of trained to be an assassin, so he's trained to be able to see targets easily, which is why he has so much high perception. He's a plus 12 with perception.
And I would assume a decent stealth as well, although I don't.
His stealth is as good as his perception is, if not better.
Although I don't think his stealth has been relevant in like months now.
Yeah, but this is a stealth.
Not one gets 33 anyways.
Yes, he has a plus 28 to his stealth.
Alright.
Oh, right, you mentioned Dex earlier. That makes sense now.
If you're wondering how, he has 2 different epic boons that boost stealth.
I thought one boosted Dex, sorry.
Well, also, yeah, one of the other reasons why is because he has a dex of 30. So. Yeah, the 2 that boost stealth is one of them just gives him a flat plus 10. I forget if it's plus 10 or plus 20. And the other one boosts his attribute of dexterity up to 30.
He basically got trained by Ra's Ghul, like that Batman-style training.
I'm not going to spoil what actually trained him, but yeah, kind of close enough.
That's. I mean, it's.
If you're wondering about the title, by the way,
because basically Dracul stealthing on us would be weird unless for some reason we don't have the masks on.
Right. Though it's already weird that like ever since the Lion Fang fight, Dracul just always wears a 3-piece suit now. Like
I question it.
Yeah, like a modern 3-piece suit, not like like a medieval 3-piece suit.
To be fair, I think there's only one person in this group who's seen someone wear something close, and that's Zokarai.
Yeah, though all of you that were in the birthday bash have seen Finreal wear a 3-piece suit. To be fair.
I mean, I'm wearing basically see-through armor, so I think there's weird. So I don't think it's. So I don't think there's only one person wearing weird stuff.
I forgot. Do you have Invisimizium armor?
Yes.
I forgot you had that. That's
yes,
funny.
And it was because we wanted to try to keep going, and I was interested in. We wanted to go to the airship last time and do stuff with the airship and prepare for the airship. I didn't bother bringing it up because I didn't want it to take longer, and since we were once again in a bit of a race against time again, I didn't want to remember it. That's why I was almost silent all the time until we realized that Jaydon was gone, because I'm like, yeah, maybe we should avoid maybe going into tangents.
So, and I agree with what Clark said, by the way. Here's how I think the rest of the session should go. In-universe, your characters are, at this point, exploring the ship, exploring the ship, getting accustomed to it, learning how to get all the crew roles and what all the weapons are and stuff. And you guys can have conversations with each other during that. So, outside of character, I'm fine if you guys basically want to do whatever you want for the rest of the session. I'm fine with this being a relaxed session of just no major story, as your characters are basically just, figuring out shit and trying to find some crew.
Oh my god. Sorry, I was just laughing at how bad navigate was spelled. It just looks like Dracul had a bit of a stroke while saying "I'll navigate us."
I'll navigate us.
I'll navigate us.
Dracul, are you drunk?
Always and not. It's a real problem. I want to be drunk. Navigate.
Even Rattle navigate.
Nevada Gate.
Okay, now we're just adding on. Okay,
It's okay.
we're just
it's
piling
okay.
on Dracul now. Pregnant! Oh my god,
Gigante.
the pregnant video. No. Yeah.
That's what this
In
is
all
turning
honesty,
into.
Sometimes
I
Dracul
would-
can't words. Dracul
Yep.
can't words all the time. This is the full time we've seen him in a social setting, just not attack people, just speak.
YouTube. You know a YouTube video works well when you type the name of the video. You don't even click the tab for video, and it still shows up without even you having to scroll.
Exactly.
All right, I'm sure I'm putting that into the funny meme videos.
Of course. But yeah, I'm fine. I was basically saying I'm fine with the rest of this session being relaxed. I don't really have any plans for the rest of the session. I've done what I want to do, so have fun. You guys basically get the session off to just do what you want to do.
Dracul is just basically just admits that he wants to be a navigator.
Cool. He's gonna be the Nami of the group. Got it.
You don't fuck with Nami.
Oh, I did not mean that in the demeaning way. No, I like Nami.
You what?
Rattle
My
brings up.
No.
I said I like Nami.
You like my character?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
She doesn't like what's his name?
Oh, right. Is there
That's
any
her thing,
books or anything like that on the places to like tinker around with things?
Didn't hear me?
Oh jeez.
I can hear you. Yes.
No.
I have a hard time hearing you over the Zokarai, but I can hear you.
She truly deeply dislikes that guy.
Which guy?
Silvestro, she hates him with a pure passion.
Who? Tokyo?
Toshio, Narimi,
Why does she hate Sylvester?
they always hate him. She never liked him.
Oh, I don't know why they do.
Sorry, my dad was leaving.
It's fine.
Even the little fairy that is in
Angus.
Cathanglis, she doesn't like him either.
I don't know why though. What has Sylvester done to get such ire?
I've explained it before. They don't like him, but they just put up with him.
I don't know if you've explained it. You've always just said they don't like them, and I don't think you've ever given a reason why.
No, I did explain it before.
Oh, then I don't remember. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. Oh,
I've explained it 6 times.
you have not explained it 6 times. I would have remembered.
Yes, I have.
Did you explain it over call or text? Because if you explain it over text, then I can just get a screenshot.
I did it over a call, and I've done it over
well, that's
text
probably
before.
why I don't remember. I remember it better over the text. By the way, we'll talk about this later. So, I guess I could explain how a airship flies. for anyone who's curious.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So, there's two different sets of parts. There's a lot of sets of parts, but there's two different sets of parts that propel a ship. There is the lifter parts as well as the engine parts, or I forget what they're actually called. I will make the ship parts saying visible to people. Visible all players. Okay, click show the players. Here is the ship parts document with all the different kinds of ship parts in here. And this there's a bunch of like numbers in here, but for the most part, the things you need to know is that the buoys are the things that mainly lift the ship, whereas the thrust parts are the oars, the propellers, the sails, and the turbines. The oars obviously only work if it's in the water. And you can actually see here like the calculations for how it floats and stuff.
Oh, don't open.
Because it has 5 Stratos buoys, it's able to overcome the weight of the ship enough to be able to lift it into the air up to 10,000 feet. And as it is right now in the dock, it's just on low power, keeping it at a certain elevation. As for the sails, turbines, and propellers, those are all required just to get it going at 60 feet per turn, because it takes a lot of power to actually get this hulking monstrosity to freaking move.
Yeah, I can imagine with the like 100 and something tons.
140, I think. Yeah, 170 tons. For reference, by the way, if it didn't have any weapons on it, it was just the 44 tons of the regular one, it could probably move about 400, 500 feet in a turn. But given it has all of the stuff on it, it's now limited to only 60 feet per turn.
Okay.
And that's with all of the engines going, which you might wonder, well, how are the engines powered? Because some of them need fuel, right? Yes, which is why I wrote down fuel cost in the overview of the ship. Or rather Silvestro, took a little page from Timeline 2, and specifically Grizzle.
Danny.
And, Silvestro, and you, well, yeah, someone would be explaining this to you. I don't know who it would be. Probably Silvestro or someone else. But if you go to the actual area that has the engines in them, like where the turbines are, you'll notice that there's this weird, what looks like a big metal box that has a bunch of moving parts and clockworks and stuff, and it has a small circle that you're meant to put your hand onto that has a meter above it that says magic meter, and it's a certain amount up. The engines run on spell slots. Grizzle invented an engine that can run on spell slots.
If only Cathangus was there because he had something to simplify it more.
Right.
Sorry, I couldn't help but laugh at the idea of more dumb uses for spell slots in my case.
Yes. I believe we actually talked about this when I mentioned the engine that runs off spell slots, and I mentioned that to you, Surtur, and you said, wait, does that mean I can just use all my first level slots for that? And I'm like, yes.
If it was to me, you did it.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned it to you, yes. Oh, I think I mentioned it to Jaydon, who has the same boon that you do. So, there's actually, I wrote down the fuel cost here. Each propeller requires one spell slot per hour to run, and each turbine requires 2 spell slots per hour to run. Which, that's a lot, because that basically means for an hour to run all of the engines, you would require 24 spell slots to run the entire ship for an hour. Which is a lot, obviously. But given how many spellcasters is going to be on the ship, given all of the Auric that's going to be on the ship, I think it's doable.
Especially with the dumb bullshit the blood magic allows me to do.
Right. I was actually going to bring this up. Surtur, I think, wouldn't have a senior crew role, but he could be the engine master. Where his role is just supplying spell slots to all the engines. Because of his hemocraft nonsense where he can make spell slots again. What's everyone's thoughts on this?
Yeah, because with the fact that there's Sanguine Soul Sorcerer made it so I could have more abilities to my sorcerer and have access to the higher level ones, one of which is taking damage to restore sorcery points. And I'm a sorcerer, meaning I can use sorcery points to restore spell slots.
And you have unlimited first level spells because of the one epic boon that you got. Meaning you can infinitely use Cure Wounds even without first level spell slots. Which means it completely broke that system. That was not my intention, but I'm happy it happened.
I love how maybe 60% of the time I break something, it's because you realize the synergy and you mention it to me, and I didn't realize it immediately.
Yeah, because I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player, so I'm used to looking at situations and finding out how to break them. I do that in a lot of games, though. Also, I am reading what's currently being talked about in Roll20 chat, by the way. The conversation between Guardian, Edward, Jeffrey, and Rattle Darkstar.
Right, I should probably...
Meanwhile, the Phantom's just with Dracul.
Yep. Zokrai, you've been pretty quiet. How are you? What are your thoughts?
Besides I'm not even making infinite first level slot, infinite fuel is besides that. I don't really know what's all on here, so I guess I'd see if there's any I don't know, any places with books or maybe somewhere.
You can see what's all on there. I'll make 2 notes visible to you again. The overview of the ship and the ship parts.
Yeah, let me see because alright there. That is. Again.
All the things that say ignored, by the way, are inside of the demiplane. Because if you don't know, this was made out of the carriage, meaning it also has the bigger on the inside stuff that the carriage does.
Oh god.
Which does mean Surtur. I was actually able to cut down the weight compared to how much it would normally weigh if I included all the interior rooms.
I was about to ask questions about that because you specifically said it was bigger and it was way bigger than a galleon, and I was like, wait. But didn't we count 2 days ago that galleon would be 6 times heavier than the airship?
The Phantom's also going to the library, or where the books are.
Okay.
The Phantom again?
The Phantom is one of the many constructs that Catangus made before he pooped.
Ah, okay.
Before he pooped!
I mean...
Also, I will point out, the Auric mask on the front of the ship also acts as a ram if he wants to ram headlong into other ships with this giant fucking behemoth. Oh, ship-to-ship combat is going to be fun, because Silvestro gave me very specific instructions when I was making this ship. He said, I don't care how fast it goes, make it invincible. And I was like, okay, I tried my best.
I love how how the HP value of the airship is almost 2 of the biggest meme numbers clunked together.
Yes, it almost was, and I found that hilarious. If it was 60 less HP, it would have been the meme.
Yes.
And that's an accurate HP function, by the way, going off of the object rules and totaling all the parts and using exotic materials and counting the fact that it's dragon forged.
Oh god.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Oh, also, as I mentioned before, this thing is covered in Sylvester's dragon skin. because it's Dragon Force.
As a joke, at this point, if it wasn't for, probably being a bit confusing if you wrote it that way, I'm almost surprised resistance isn't just resistance. Yes.
Well, the resistance is all damage. And it's also immune to poison, psychic, and non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage.
Regular ballista. Nice. Bye-bye. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Fun fact, regular cannons do jack to this thing. They're going to need magical cannons if they want to even hurt you.
What a mercy, aren't
That's on top of various other things, for example, because there's a hardness rule to shift, where it says, like, when you take a hit, a certain amount is negated based off of the hardness of the material, and that's on top of the negation from adamantine, and the negation from chlorophyte. So you also are, like, reducing damage by a set amount on top of the resistance to damage.
Okay, so 10...
The hardness factor, by the way, is 12 plus the shipwright's ability modifier.
12... because I don't know exactly what the shipwright modifier is going to be, I'm just going to say 12, even though it's probably going to be even bigger.
Oh, notably,
17?
by the way, they say in the rules that the shipwright, the hardness is applied first, then the resistance, and then that's what the adamantine and chlorophyte were applied afterwards.
So it's minus 12 divided by 2 minus 5 minus 5 again?
Minus the captain's intelligence.
Yeah, minus 5 and the captain's intelligence.
Yeah, I actually wrote in the reduction of damage here. The reduction of damage is 10 plus the captain's intelligence modifier. The reason why it's 10 is because the reduction from chlorophyte is your intelligence plus your proficiency, and I counted the proficiency of the ship as plus 5.
Ah, okay.
And the reason why I count it as plus 5 is because plus 5 about corresponds to a CR-17 creature. Which, I think this fits. This fits that.
I think you can. I think just from the hit points alone, you can reasonably increase it way beyond 17.
Right. I mean, imagine this you bring up the broadsides to try and shoot down an ancient dragon that's flying nearby. Because, yeah, as Sylvester basically pointed out, one of the things he wants us to notably survive is dragon attacks.
Oh, God.
And remember, dragons are all 20th level sorcerers in my campaign now. This thing is also supposed to endure Meteor Swarm as a spell. So yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean...
And, yeah, Jaydon did put most of his savings into this thing.
I would genuinely be interested if... I would assume it would take a certain amount of time, so don't do it just because I said that, but I would genuinely be curious what it would look like disregarding like any special abilities of people on the ship, this fully manned ship with all the weapons on it, with enough people to use all the weapons on it against someone like Silvestro.
Well, you can actually calculate that a bit, because you just need to look over at what the weapons do in terms of damage. Each of the ballistas does 3d10 piercing. Each of the cannons do 8d10 bludgeoning.
If they hit.
Well, yes. But remember, they have chlorophyte. So they also have the homing properties of chlorophyte.
And guaranteed damage even if it misses somehow.
Right. So I'm just going to assume for a second they all hit, just for the sake of clarity. So that'd be 8 times 3d10, and then 68 times 8d10, then 8 times 3d10, then 6 times 5d10, and then 2 times 8d10. And then if you want to count the boarding hooks, it would also be 20 times 1d12.
And then take into account Silvestro's resistances, of course.
Yeah, and that's also not counting the special move that this ship has, too. which is the special action because it has a magical item enchanted on it, particularly the Circlet of Blasting.
All right, compendium. It's
The special action is also written in the overview of the ship. You can read what it does.
Reduction, special action.
And the captain is specifically the one who initiates this action, no one else. It's a once per day thing. You saw it.
Yep.
Which, when I talked to Jaydon about it, I described that as basically like if the ship is going down and you just want, and like a lot of the crew is dead, you can just do this as like a final FU to the enemy ship. Because each individual part of the ship is enchanted with the Circle of Blasting, meaning that the reason why there's so many beams is because that's 4 beams from each part. And how many parts are there in the ship? Including all of the weapons.
If you didn't mention the special action, my next question was, there's Chlorify. There's no way Silvestro forgot to put a spell into it.
He did, actually. He put the mending spell into each of them so that they self-repair.
Oh, yeah, that's smart. Wait, how is the Circlet of Blasting then?
Circle of Blasting is a magical enchantment, not a spell infused in
Yes, right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, trust me, Silvestro thought of everything. And I will say, Silvestro used a lot of his own money for this. So his treasure hoard is actually notably a bit smaller now. As he spent about 6 million gold pieces worth on this.
Goodness.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
Silvestro...
Given it's Silvestro's hoard, just the fact that it's noticeable that it went down in size, it should have tipped us off.
God damn it! You could have asked Cathangus to give some of his hoard.
Where's Cathangus? He's not here.
How could Silvestro ask Cathangus when he's in the Void Ocean? I don't
Cathangus is in the Upside Down, is what I almost heard.
This is not Stranger Things.
But yeah, I don't think Silvestro would have. I don't think Silvestro has any mean of contacting Cathangus, let alone.
Nope. Specifically, he doesn't, and he has no way of getting to Cathangus or Skortu, and that's part of why he's worried. Because it's noted directly that Silvestro can never enter the place that they went into. And it's actually one of the few realms that scares him a bit. Which is part of why he said, make this ship fucking invincible, because he knew you guys fly it straight into there. And he doesn't know what's going to be there waiting for you.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned that part, if we're heading into a place Silvestro would be scared of going to.
Yeah.
It now makes sense why the ship was made to be able to tank basically everything.
Because he doesn't know what you're going to face in there, yeah. He wants to specifically make it so that you have a fighting chance against someone of his strength while you're in the ship. Though, granted, it's notable that since the ship has the same properties as the carriage, it does indirectly connect to Silvestro's lair. So, Silvestro can also walk aboard the ship. But he is unable to do so if you guys are in the void area, because he can't leave the Feywild in that way. Does that make sense?
He can't, and he's I don't know if there's probably a spell that does something like that, but he is basically prevented from entering the magic void, like it was the magic circle or something.
Possibly, you don't know. Whatever it is, though, is likely the same thing that caused Zokarai to ricochet off of it and slam back against a wall when he tried to planeswalk there. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember the Zokarai flop.
Yeah, the one time our powers don't like to work with me.
It was one of the few cases where even a planeswalker can't go in there, which is saying something. Because this is the first time that's ever happened. And as for how it's happened, you don't know. You'll find out.
Now that's interesting. Now that we know there are planeswalker, and one of them that we don't like, and that we have a beef with at least, and that there is a place where he can't just. Would it work the other way around? Not sure.
It's interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Now I was just thinking. Does it work the other way around? Would a Zokarai trying to teleport out hit the same type of barrier?
Probably. I mean, I guess I'm probably on that.
Considering it's been said in legend from before multiple times that no one has ever left that area once they've entered, that's possible. And that's another reason why Sylvester wanted to prepare you guys, is because he knows you guys might never make it out once you go in there.
Which again is why the ship has 69,000 hit points.
Yes. And I will warn you, this is one of those video game areas where when you enter here, you cannot leave until you're done. It's like, make sure you have all of your affairs in order before you go in.
If it's a video game, it's one of those fourth wall breaking moments where the game might just straight up fourth wall tell you, hey, if you enter here, it's the final. It's the sequence. You can't go back until you resolve the next part of the story.
Right. To relate it to a recent game, it's like the one time in Pokemon Legends Arceus when to be as spoiler free as possible, the apocalypse happens.
Oh, that event.
Missed that event.
That might be what's waiting for you here. It's something of that regard.
So we don't question how Cathang was poofed inside. Cathangless is Cathangless.
Yeah, that's also notable, by the way. Planeswalkers can't go in there, people can't dimensional travel in there, but yet somehow Cathangless can warp people there? And Sortu ended up doing it to himself? How?
Okay,
I see how it is. Maybe you remember something about Cathangless somehow being tied to it or something, but Sortu I have no fucking idea.
Right.
Sortu's the anomaly. We need to kill Sortu.
Notably, it only ever happened as an accident. For what that's worth. And at this point, by the way, I'll say Harold and Gerald start to walk up to the ship holding ice cream cones, going, "What's going on?"
Jeffrey just goes, "You have chocolate, you want to eat it."
And then Harold hands him the chocolate ice cream cone.
You just see him grab it with his tassel, and then just, and it's just gone.
Somehow. How does a broom eat?
Dang. Jeffrey is fast. Isn't the deck like 150 feet away and he just casually...
You know how he has a dash speed of 200?
Jeffrey is a mastercrafted broom of flying, meaning he moves at 100 feet per turn as regular movement speed.
Oh.
So because normally it's 50 feet per turn. Because it's mastercrafted, it doubles the speed. So it's 100 feet per turn, and with dashing, it's 200. So yes.
Well, I guess if I ever get bored at some point, I can just cast Fly and race Jeffrey around.
Rattle, do you go to a tavern in the magical city, or there's actually also a tavern in the ship? The ship is so big it has its own tavern.
Okay, I thought you were going to say through the carriage we can technically end up in Torun's tavern.
Yes, you guys could technically go walk into timeline too if you want to. Okay. Around Darkstar, you end up going to a local tavern, and it is Mr. Bonesley's Bed and Breakfast, if I remember correctly. It's the name of that chain of taverns that are ran by skeletons.
Oh my god, yeah, the skeleton.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yes!
Welcome to Bonesley.
Dracool's skeleton finally has work. He has employment, my baby boy.
Tim is employed.
Tim is employed there. Oh, that's funny.
Character arc. Best character arc. Tim is now employed.
Oh god.
That is funny.
What can I do you for, Rattle? He somehow knows your name already?
That's totally not creepy at all. Alright.
You're questioning where creepier things have happened.
Bro, Zokar's never gonna get over any of the shit he sees. I'm just saying that now.
That's the difference. A lot of the characters are just like, shit happens. And Zokar's like, the fuck?
I'm gonna actually just type out my responses to Rattle. That way you guys can keep talking, if that's okay.
Don't stay too long.
Might turn into a pile of bones.
Yeah.
God damn it, we're papyrus!
Canonically, all skeletons in my campaign laugh that way. Now I'm just imagining there's also a lazy one in the back who's just sleeping amongst the beer. Oh, God.
I like to think while Zogre's just looking for books, he just sees the Phantom, which is, by the way, I think 2 times the size of him.
Okay. You know what? That's something I'm used to. I'm used to creatures that are bigger than me at this point.
And Edward, who's just a little bit slower. And then you just see Jeffrey trying to read.
I'm just having fun being a skeleton. Don't mind me.
Yeah, it's fun reading the two of you just interacting like that.
Alright. I like just. Part one is funny is because it normalizes undead, which is cool to me. People are used to seeing undead because it's a franchise ran by skeletons.
Yeah, welcome to Magic Capital. And here's the Skeleton Tavern. Like you're doing a tour in a bus or something, and it's like, and here you have the tavern that's run by skeleton. What?
Somewhere in the city, somewhere in the country of Guardiana, there is reportedly a different facility, not a tavern, but an amusement park called Mr. Bones Wild Ride. And it's also ran by the same people. Shoutouts for anyone who knows that reference.
Isn't that Goosebumps?
No, that's not a Goosebumps reference, but close.
I just remembered something because of talking with undead and skeletons and stuff. You know that one time we had like someone's soul or something in like a ring?
Yes, the noble's son.
Still have that?
What was that?
Oh,
No,
We still have that person's soul in a ring, or
No, you said you I believe sent it back. If I remember correctly.
set it free.
Okay. I was gonna do something. I was gonna experiment with that, but okay.
No, you have not kept the noble's son hostage for this entire time.
God damn it, Zogre! Stop trying to keep people hostage. It's become a problem.
Hey, I'm not the one who does that. This is the first time I wanted to do anything like that.
Now, I mean, if you want to go put the ring on someone, then murder them, and then use that to experiment, you can. Depending on how...
We're going to be murdering a lot of people throughout this journey, so, I mean,
you'll have to... unless you're planning on trouble happening while we're on the airship, you should probably find a lot of meat for your mimic, because you won't...
Oh, yeah, the mimic. Oh!
Once we're... we can hand wave it off because you can just teleport, kill something, and bring the meat up to that point. But at some point, that might not be an option for you.
Yeah, we should probably stockpile.
Can you explain when?
So how long is this trip gonna take? To and back?
You don't know. Also, what do you
that's-
want to explain, Ben?
Can you explain what just happened? Because I just had a glitch out and you cut out after about the ring. I
Oh,
heard ring and then everything got cut out. So
Zokar, would you like to explain again?
Well, explain what? Because I was asking,
Well,
about the meat
everything that
situation.
happened after I mentioned about the ring.
Oh,
no, Zokuri mentioned about the ring, or someone mentioned about the ring. And
Oh,
then
I'm
you
kind
were
of
so-
saying
There was a ring that they found in Sylvester's hoard that was a ring of mind shielding, and it had the soul of a noble son in it, which is the same noble son from Timeline 2 that they had returned to the noble for a reward and got resurrected by the luminescent leader and a whole big thing. But that quest was never went on in Timeline 1, and they happened to find it in Sylvester's hoard, and the reason why is because one of the scouts of House Mandraga happened to find it in the forest where Timeline 2 found it, but in Timeline 1, and Silvestro said that he will keep his hands on it until the right moment, similar to how Yukari does. And the right moment, in this case, giving it to Jaydon in that moment. So, with that, eventually Jaydon had one of the scouts take the ring and send it back to the noble of Emplay. So that's what the ring is being mentioned, the fact that the soul is trapped in the ring. And then Sokoi started talking about wanting to experiment on a soul in there. I said, well, if you put the ring on someone and kill them, and then that way their soul is trapped in there. That you can experiment on that way. And that started going into a bunch of jokes.
And remembering that the mimic is a thing, and
Oh yeah, the mimics are still a thing, remember?
yeah,
And
that's
that,
where I'm like, yeah, that's where the meat issue came in.
You still have a backpack mimic that's on your back, Sokoi.
Yep, that could kill me at any time if I don't feed it right.
It won't kill you as long as you feed it enough meat every day.
Yeah, you see the issue here is we're on a ship. We can't get more meat unless we can fabricate it or something.
Yeah, so you'd need to do a lot of hunting beforehand.
or while we're on it, until we reach a void ocean, we.
Okay,
Yeah,
who did that? Who did that in Roll20?
That was me! That was me!
Zokarai, read what your mimic just said. Feed me some more.
say more.
I hate it here.
There is.
I'm in a silly mood.
It is notable, by the way, there is still that mimic colony in the Magic Capital.
Oh yeah, has any multiplication shenanigans happened yet or no?
Multiplications of what were we saying? Bud? No extra mimics have come out yet.
Damn, been taking like a while.
Well, I mean, why have they had a reason to? It's not like regular mimics can go into more right now. You need to feed them an excessive amount for them to be able to split into more.
Oh, and no, it had to be an excessive amount. Oh, we probably don't want to do that right now because that sounds like a bad idea on a ship voyage.
Yeah. For reference, if you kept feeding your mimic like an excessive amount, you might turn it from a regular mimic into a horde mimic.
Which means more meat for it.
Which means it requires it requires that amount of meat all the time.
We need a spell that can just make meat so we do not have to
Breed food and water does exist, yes.
Oh,
Surtur,
yeah,
do you know
Jakul has
breed
it.
food and water?
Jakul.
I bring up Surtur because it's a 4th level spell.
Right.
Oh, wait, does that mean we have infinite meat?
If Surtur knows the spell.
Please know the spell.
I don't know the spell unless it's a paladin spell, which I mean I could
No.
prepare a different spell, but I don't think it would be.
So, Zokurai, sounds like you have a project, and that's to go find a book of magical knowledge on it.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go find a book magical. No, I want to do that. Can we do that before we leave?
I like how now this is branched out to everyone abusing Surtur's abilities.
I'm like, no, I don't know over. Hey, Shakul has the spell. Okay, I can't use Shakul.
Okay, he's a limited amount of uses though, and I don't want to waste mana potions on that.
Oh, it's not really a waste of mana potions, given how easy mana potions are made. But yeah.
What's
You know,
the
I
name of the
forget how
spell
to do that.
exactly again?
It's create food and water is what the spell is. It's an artificer, cleric, and paladin spell.
I don't see it in first level spell.
Oh, wait, it's not a first level spell. Crap, it's a third level spell.
Oh,
never
wait,
mind.
is it?
But Surtur could still abuse it because of his whole sorcery points thing. Either way, create food and water, it specifically lets you create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water on the ground or in containers within range, enough to sustain up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds. The food is bland but nourishing, and spoiled if uneaten after 24 hours. The water is clean, it doesn't go bad. It just says 45 pounds of food, so that could reasonably be 45 pounds of meat. What kind of meat? Who knows? It's mystery meat, but it's meat.
Mystery meat. Wasn't it the name of a meat in Fallout 3?
Yes, and that's a reference to where you find it. Oh, would you like me to explain that on stream? Because I don't know if I should mention that on stream.
Yeah,
I forgot. Oh, okay. I was about to ask questions because I forgot what it was, but
I'll send it to you in DM.
yeah. I mean, I think I can start to have guesses just on the fact you don't want to mention it on stream. And yeah, I am missing 6 paladin levels to have regular access to this spell.
Yeah. So there you go. So yeah. If you want to give book magic knowledge from third level spell. Also, now you see it, sir. I just sent it to you.
Yep. I remember that. All I'm going to say is that brought up funny questions that I had with you at some point.
Yeah. Zokurai. Specifically, the book would be a rare magic item.
Ooh, that's gonna be pain.
It's gonna be 5,000 gold is what it's gonna be. And that's assuming you get it for regular retail price and no one's marked it up.
Ooh. What about does my mercantile thing help?
Yeah, you get a 25% discount.
Okay. I don't think I have the Mandriga thing on because I never wanted to be associated with that completely.
True, but yeah, no, true.
No,
I was questioning whether or not your Auric mask would count, but no, it doesn't.
Okay.
Also, notably, you'd actually have to take the mask off if you want to get the merchant district bonus, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to know who the hell you are.
Oh shit. Okay, well, I guess you gotta take the mask off for a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
5,000 times 25.
For those of you who know the Elder Scrolls franchise, the Grey Cowl of Nocturne is similar to how the Auric mask works, where people don't know your identity while you're wearing it and think you're just an Auric.
Okay, so it costs. I have the gold for this, but is it worth it? Yes, it's probably worth it.
I mean, is it worth it to make sure your mimic is always fed?
Yeah, so it doesn't try to kill me in my sleep. Yeah.
Oh, trust me, Allah wouldn't try to kill you in your sleep. You'd wait until you're awake at least.
You might feed it when you wake up.
Also, he likely wouldn't kill you. He'd likely just eat your arm first.
Yeah, you need to think about
totally reassuring.
Your bones
by
are
the
not
way-
good enough. It needs your meat from your arm.
By the way, could I have another round of wisdom saving throws?
Yes. Another round of wisdom saving throws, as I assume more scarring senses shows up.
Yep.
I don't understand why saving throws, but fine.
Because the scrying sensor requires you to do a wisdom saving throw whether or not you are aware that you're being scryed on.
Yeah. So if you succeed on the saving throw, the scrying doesn't happen, and you know that someone is trying to scry on you. Has
Okay,
been
the
trying to.
scrying phase.
Oh!
Dracul succeeded.
Okay, the scrying fails.
Oh yeah, he definitely succeeded.
I figured a 29 beat it, yes.
Dracul has not failed on the scrying once!
Oh, boy.
Wow, Clocksworth also beat it too.
Dracul is literally looking at the scrying sensor like, I'm watching you!
How is your character reacting to what you're seeing in all this right now, Jaydon?
Well, he already there's already a raven watching because of the first dispelling. But other than that, he's taking notes.
Dracul is just glaring at the. Wait, does he see the raven?
Well,
I mean,
yeah, he passes.
with true sight from the Auric mask, I don't know what it would need to do for you not to be able to see him.
And you had a 32 perception check. You do see the raven.
Dracul just. Yes, of course, Dracul. Zappy hands!
Oh no.
Zappy
It's burning hands, but for electric.
I want roast chicken!
Okay.
God.
He's doing a 15-foot electricity cone at you.
We're at the top.
I would joke.
Wait. I am in the right.
I would.
No, Rattle, you did not pass.
Does this crying apply to?
No!
No.
The skeleton
Flying
just well says to you! I'd like to think that.
Does this crying even happen on Rattle because he's not on the ship anymore?
That would be a.
Likely not, no.
Actually, do we have a scry?
That would be a dexterity saving throw, the zappy hands, right?
Yep.
I don't have the exact statistics right now, but I think this is close enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, do we have decent enough charisma to try and barter with someone?
There's a 17 beat
And silvery
DC.
barbs!
So
He's still
okay.
barbing the raven.
Someone wants to see the raven die.
Silvery barbs!
Oh, I have sudden
This
hate.
is my ship!
10. I think that fails.
Dracul just like, this is my ship!
It's not your ship.
I would
You see-
joke about the ship taking damage, but because it has mending, it doesn't fucking matter.
You see, as you hit the raven. Well, it's more like you shoot it at the raven, and the raven doesn't react fast enough. And the raven poofs into a black plume of smoke, and out of this black plume of smoke, you see what looks to be a little black stone with a rune that is carved with a rune that is glowing blue, flying out of the smoke into, I would say, a certain direction.
It flies off.
So
God,
it's
I actually did something.
yeah. So the stone is just flying out of the smoke, flying into one direction in a straight
Can I-
line.
Can I catch it?
How fast?
It's flying with a speed of 180 feet.
Oh, never mind.
Throw the broom at it.
wait.
Throw the broom at it.
The Jeffrey has enough speed, actually.
Jeffrey, save them!
Jeffrey can move 200 feet in a turn.
Jeffrey's the
Oh,
good
God.
Now I'm curious. I want to follow too.
Does someone want to attempt to ride Jeffrey as it's zooming after them?
I'm not.
Like what?
No.
I think I wouldn't want to slow the broom down. I think I'd just cast fly and go on my own.
Okay, you can't go anywhere near fast enough, but yes.
I mean, with dashing 120 feet per round,
I mean,
he wouldn't be
maybe.
able to catch up, but he could keep up.
Does haste and affect the fly speed of fly? That's the big question.
Yes, haste affects the fly speed of fly. I forgot you have haste. So yeah, you can actually keep up.
I can catch up to I can cast fly and then catch up to Jeffrey the next turn slowly.
Oh god. Kath, you have a Clocksworth and a broom following the crystal.
Actually, I think. Wait. The effects of face. What are they exactly?
It does a bunch of effects, but one of the effects is to double your walking speed.
It just says double your speed.
Oh wait,
Yeah, never mind.
Does the fly spell give you a fly speed equal to your walking speed, or does it give you a set fly speed?
Set fly speed.
Oh, no, it does not affect it. I don't think haste affects fly if it's a set fly speed.
Well,
so, but that's still 120 feet per turn, which is still a lot if you're dashing with fly.
yeah. So we would
Can I take the dash action twice because it's one of the actions I can take with haste?
Yes, actually,
Yes,
you could do 180 feet per turn.
Which is exactly the speed, so you can keep up with it.
I don't know where this is going, but we are going off on a fucking completely weird tangent now.
Jeffrey is going to grab the orb and ponder it.
Well, this was kinda decent timing. I gotta go do something else. Not do something else. I gotta go.
Oh, sorry, I dropped my headphones. I don't know what you guys are saying.
Take care. Take care, Gokuai. Hope you had fun.
Take care.
Yeah, this was nice.
Oh, I thought it was Jaydon that had to go. Sorry, that's why
No.
I was laughing my ass up.
I
don't know
I
the
have
true
nothing to do for the
powers
last
of
step.
Jeffrey.
Diana, unless you want Yukari to show up, I can't really think of much other things that your characters should be doing here if you want to go. You don't have to, though. You can stay if you want to. It's just, I can't think of what else your characters would be doing.
They didn't join, so they're not doing anything.
Right, and currently people are going to fly off after this crystal with Jaydon's side mission. Which, I mean, was kind of your intention, wasn't it, Venus?
Yes, but I just thought that they would notice that something is up, then kill the raven, the stone would disappear, and they would just leave the stone flying. I didn't think they would actually keep up with it.
Nope, you got a couple of things incoming. Wherever the stone goes.
Well, I mean, I was a bit naive because I have played Tabaxis before, so I know that insane speeds are possible. I should have prepared myself for this, but oh well.
There's no way to prepare yourself for the might of Jeffrey.
Welcome to my campaigns. Things go crazy fast.
Yeah. I mean, my literal first fight, someone tried to polymorph me, and I tried being like, well, no one warned me. I don't know who the fuck that is. Why would I accept it?
Right, and so he took the wisdom save, and it failed to polymorph him, even though...
It was technically an ally, but I was like, well, logically, I wouldn't know that.
Right. All Clogsworth saw was a random pixie was trying to turn him into something. And he was like, but his character didn't know what the polymorph spell was. He was like, no, I don't want this to happen.
I don't want to turn into something else.
For reference, by the way, they're trying to polymorph him into a giant bat so he gain blindsight.
In the next session, Kabang gave him potions to prevent, I think, forced polymorph.
Yeah. Cathanglis invented, well, he didn't invent, but he found schematics for a potion that prevents you from having your shape changed against your will.
How far do you follow the stone, by the way?
Jeffrey catches it. Jeffrey would try to catch it.
I mean, Jeffrey is faster than the stone, so it could at some point try to stop its movement or affect his movement?
Bigger question, Clocksworth, how far do you follow it?
That's a good question since I can't catch up to it. I guess I try following it for like a minute or two unless Jeffrey manages to interact with or affect its movement or something. Then I guess if Jeffrey catches it or slows it down, then I guess I would continue, but
To be fair, Jeffrey can catch it. His tassels. I'm going Aladdin logic with it.
1 minute, you say?
I said 1 or 2 minutes.
180 feet per 36 seconds means 1,800 feet, right? Yeah.
After
that
30
sounds about
seconds,
right.
no, it would be 5 rounds after 30.
Bug. Just as a reference, how big is the city what is the city diameter?
Oh.
Bug? Okay.
Add to the magic carpet. Yeah, the magic carpet from the Aladdin films.
I just
is
thought
what
it would be
Jeffrey is.
fitting. They're both similar in that kind of way.
Yeah. When I was characterizing Jeffrey as well, I also gave him a lot of sass.
Yes, that's why I thought of the magic carpet.
Yeah.
Jaydon wants to know how big the magic carpet.
Good question.
The diameter.
The magic capital is probably let me give a rough estimation. Hold on. I haven't actually come up with an estimation, so let me just ballpark one. If we go off of that, it's probably about... Well, are you talking about the walls enclosed section or all of the sprawl around it as well?
Well, I would...
Because it's not just the walled off section, there's all those buildings outside of it too. As well as the river that runs through it.
You are still at the docks, right?
Yeah, which the sky dock is over here.
How big is the skydock area?
The skydock area is about 400, 500 feet, let's say, across, because it's meant to be able to dock up to 4 airships at once.
Yeah, then in around 1 or 2 minutes, the stone would reach its destination.
Okay.
Oh. Now I'm curious
Yeah.
what its destination is, and
So
does Jeffrey catch up to it beforehand? I don't know how far.
That's a good question. I have to.
Jeffrey could actually, I believe, fly faster than you stated the stone does.
Yeah, by 20 feet.
So when the
What
stone
is
arrives
that?
at its destination, there's also a flying sentient Mizium broom that appears as well.
That's basically that either already reached it or is right behind it.
Or is trying to grab it. It just reminds me of Harry Potter with the golden snitch, where Jeffrey is just trying to grab it.
Is it a creature?
Jeffrey is he's a
construct.
broom of flying. He's a sentient broom of flying.
So he's technically he's a
More appropriately, I call them a construct.
well, oh boy.
But
Okay.
since they're sentient, they probably do have a soul, if that matters.
And in the span of a minute, Jeffrey would have caught up to the stone. I'm pretty sure.
Definitely, yeah.
Considering it
so what-
could fly from the deck of the ship down to the port and back again in 2 turns, yeah.
What you as you are approaching the destination that you saw the stone flying to, you see a slightly run-down watchtower, and in the watchtower, at the top of the watchtower, a guard is fighting with a broom, basically wrestling with it.
Okay.
Another broom?
God damn
No,
it! What's
no.
with all the brooms today?
Nope,
Yes, it
he's
must
wrestling.
be Thursday.
It's Jeffrey that he's talking about. It's that room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Jeffrey is wrestling the guard?
Yes.
Yes.
Jeffrey uses suplex.
The Guardian is trying. I think the guard is trying to restrain Jeffrey. Is more what's happening, and Jeffrey's just kind of flying around the room, slightly avoiding the guard.
I mean, unless
And
the
he
guard
will
can
try
fly
something.
or the ceiling is very low, there's probably an easy way Jeffrey could like not get in the way of the guard.
There
Not
is.
to mention,
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think Jeffrey can be restrained.
No, I believe. Is he immune to the restraint condition? I forget.
Another condition he's not immune to. The guard is trying to cast Hold Monster.
Oh,
Jeffrey.
that would work on him.
Would be a
That's a
saving
wisdom
throw.
save, isn't it?
Yeah.
I am
Okay.
technically I am one round behind, so I think I would be too far to counterspell that.
Jeffrey's immune to grapple. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, I need you to make a wisdom save, English.
Using Jeffrey's stats.
Yes.
This is getting ridiculous suddenly.
I feel like the wisdom and intelligence should be higher because it's 1 and 3. What's 1 and 5?
The intelligence, yeah, should be 10, actually, because it's a sentient normal person. The wisdom, though, can stay the same, because he's not very wise.
Yeah, that's a fail.
It's a -2. I'd say that's a fail.
Yeah.
I don't see a
don't
world where
see how
this is a pass.
Yeah. It's like -2, pass. How?
I want to know how many
So-
how many debuffs would be required for a -2 on a save to pass.
Yeah. You need to make a DC -3 check.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry,
I'm not
go
sure if
ahead.
there are abilities like that, but I know there's abilities
Oh.
that like decreases the saves and such. So I was like, maybe there's an ability or an item or something that would decrease the spell save DC of people.
Hold on.
Well,
I realized it's
so-
actually a small mistake with this stat block. You fix this.
I mean, I know there's
So
one.
the
I know there's at least one item that.
Oh
So-
wait!
He's paralyzed, right?
yeah, he's paralyzed.
And he is not immune to paralyzed.
Indeed.
I also realized, Bug,
Yeah.
technically he read from the manual, so his stat should be up by 1. 2, I mean.
We'll get there. Doesn't matter right now.
Mhm.
That sounds
Just
like
a
more of
disease.
a thing that you should have done than a thing I should have done.
Yeah.
Also, his charisma of 1 attests to the fact that he is not very charismatic. Yeah.
So, are you staying away from it, or are you engaging as well?
I mean, I would probably get closer now. I'm curious what the hell is going on.
I don't think you would engage as in combat, but I think you would engage as in finding out what the heck's going on and who are you people.
Gotcha. Do you try to approach stealthily or less stealthily?
I mean, I was 1 turn behind, rushing at almost the same speed as the broom. I think it's hard to be stealthy at that point.
And Clocksworth
Okay.
would have no reason to feel he needs to be stealthy right now.
Yeah.
Then the guard is going to turn to you, and Hold Monster says creature, so it doesn't specify if it has to be a humanoid or not. Could you make him a wisdom saving throw?
So he's going to cast Hold Monster on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Dashing doesn't remove my reaction. So I guess I can use a counter spell on that. I would assume.
Yeah.
I can attempt at least. I don't know if it will work. And I close my character sheet again. God damn it! I keep doing. I'm like, okay, I'm done with the character sheet. I instead of double clicking it so it stays on the map like semi-transparent, I just press the X. So like 20 minutes later, whenever something happens, hey, make a save, use an ability or something.
Or who has this?
It just. I'm just. Oh wait, my character sheet is gone. Fuck.
Okay, so you're going to need to make a DC 15 Arcana check.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, 15 makes sense. Yeah, I was about to say it's at 4th level because of the armor, but if it's DC 15, then it's not enough anyways.
Yep. Because Hold Monster is a 5th level spell.
Yeah.
I joked about if I can give Jeffrey class levels bug. I think you would just
Nope.
know.
He tried the counter spell and it didn't work. Make the wisdom save now, Clockwork.
Okay.
What were you joking about for Jeffrey?
I think I joked about if I can make him a rogue, and I think you said I don't think you can get class levels.
No, he can't get class level.
Yeah.
Also,
Wow.
I think an 11 fails,
Double
Jaydon.
failed. Double
And-
failed. Nice.
Good question. Is Clocksworth currently in the air when this happens?
Yes.
So-
I would assume. I would assume I probably went pretty much in the same direct line as the stone. I would assume I wouldn't be too far off from the ground at the point where I'm close enough to be hit by Holt Monster.
Here's the thing, though. They're at the top of a watchtower.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, Jados, did the guard wait until he entered the room, or did he just hold monster him?
Well, I would have said that.
I mean, otherwise, it's going to be a really hilarious moment where Clocksworth is just frozen and then drops like a stone.
Well,
I mean, that's.
And I'm okay with that.
That's a thing now.
fiddlesticks.
Let me.
Actually, no, he wouldn't have waited.
How
But
far was I from Dracul?
Dracul didn't follow, I don't think.
Yeah,
Cool
but,
is setting up maps
Yeah.
for navigation.
yeah, but how
Yeah.
far was I from Dracul when he dispelled magic? Because now we need to take into account where I was, because I had the same speed as the stone, and I needed to know where I was compared to the stone, because it would.
I in my
Basically,
head,
the
I
same
had the mental image that you're about 30 feet away from the stone when it started going away. That was the mental
Okay,
image.
so I would
had.
be, so I would still be 30 feet away because we had the exact same speed.
Yeah, so you're about 30 feet outside the tower when you got this spell cast on you.
Because he's on the edge of the tower. Oops.
Yeah, because he cast it from the window. Yeah. Either way, you were saying something, Judas?
Yeah, no, I'm currently trying to figure out how not to botch the situation.
That's hilarious.
What do you mean by botch? Are you trying to not kill Clocksworth? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm trying to accomplish.
Clocksworth, I think you can tank fall damage that much. Let me check. I don't
know
mind
how big
this
is.
happening.
I don't know how big is the watchtower, but
So-
yeah.
Clocksworth, we'll just go ahead and resolve the fall damage and see what happens. If that's okay with you, Data.
Well, technically,
Yes.
I have a little array of spells that I could have thrown in, but
Why
I
would they,
don't know.
though? That's the question. It's like,
Well,
you
actually-
you have no attachment to Clocksworth, so why would you save him?
Oh, there are multiple reasons for that.
Are you trying to do this bloodless or something?
Yes. Let me check. That would be.
For reference, by the way, Clocksworth, you'd be falling at 110 feet.
110. I don't know how.
That would be 11d. That'd be 11d10 bludgeoning damage.
That one would indeed hurt.
It would hurt. I don't think it would kill you, but it would hurt.
Well, let's resolve the falling damage. I don't think he would have had the reaction to deal with all that.
Yeah, no.
He
So
wasn't.
sorry, go ahead.
He wasn't prepared to be found out. So, yeah.
Yeah,
It
he was
would be
panicking, just doing this. So,
yeah.
You get paralyzed in the air. Your motion stops, and then because of the fact that your motion stopped, you just fall like a stone, face planting into the concrete outside of the watchtower, 110 feet, and causing a small crack in the concrete as you're still paralyzed and unable to, like, you're a completely rigid person as you fall.
Okay.
And I like to think that you're, like, tipping a little bit and you manage to fall head first into the ground.
Because it's funny.
So it's the classic Looney Tunes thing of, like, you're in the ground and you're in head and, like, your shoulders are entirely in there. It's just your bottom half is sticking out.
I love to imagine because of whole person stopping my motion suddenly that there's like a small moment of just not falling, almost like Wile E. Coyote, but like
Well,
not as long.
you have your hands outstretched because you were casting counterspell as you were frozen.
Yeah.
So yeah, you took 73 bludgeoning falling damage.
Let me check something real quick.
Which, do you have resistance to bludgeoning damage? I forget.
I mean, it's not magical at least.
Yeah, it's not magical, so it's pretty easy to get resistance.
Yes. The chlorophyte says damage, just damage.
Yeah, the
not
chlorophyte
damage
and the
from
Mysium would help
attacks or
reduce it.
weapon or attacks. So yeah.
And remember, the Mysium counts as adamantine in terms of the whole reduction thing.
I'm
an
pretty
additional
sure.
5.
I'm pretty sure adamantine had the word from attack. I would have to check. I would have to check adamantine.
I will go check. It is not there. So the way you would find that one is if you go to items, which is one of the bigger notes, there's a nested note in there called materials. And then you can click adamantine on that note. This is how I started organizing things. So if you scroll all the way to the top of the journal, you see how this thing, something that says items?
Okay, got it. I
Click that, and then there's the purple thing for materials, purple thing for adamantine. Here we go. That's my new organization method, by the way. In addition, whenever you get hit by an attack, indeed, so this does not count as an attack, so it does not reduce it there.
So I take 36.
Yeah.
I think.
You take 36 damage, which is still a lot.
Rounds down. Yeah. 36.
You would
So
say
that's
"ow" if you were not frozen.
36.
Would you
So
say would you say that he's bleeding after that damage?
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I'll say that he's bleeding after that damage.
Okay, then after a few moments lying there, you notice that around a guard that looks very similar to the one you saw on the tower, probably the one in the tower, comes up to you and fills a little vial with your blood.
Oh.
And how proficient are you in Arcana?
I
We
don't
saw
have
his previous roll with an
proficiency.
Arcana check.
I don't have. Yeah, I have a +4.
Make an Arcana check, Surtur.
Yeah, I think that.
Me?
that
I think
sure
that's
how
what
that-
he's trying to say. Just make an Arcana
Okay.
check.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that would work with me being paralyzed, but sure.
Yeah, you'll have disadvantage on this Arcana check because he can't really move your head or eyes. Technically, I'm not even sure if he would see the guard walk up because didn't I say your head is in the ground?
Oh right, if his head's in the ground, he would probably just hear someone.
Question: were you wearing the
Yeah.
mask?
That's why earlier I said I should keep track of that, and I forgot I did to keep track of that.
Okay, because a small little retcon I made to the True Sight, Jados, is that True Sight can let you see
through
through
walls.
walls in my campaign.
Yeah.
So he could see it still because of the fact that despite he was in the ground, he had the mask on.
X-ray.
Okay. Anyway, make the Arcana check now.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh,
Totally.
right.
That's
Do I even have bless and guidance left? I took damage.
Make concentration checks.
How do I make a concentration check? That's the first time it came up, I think.
You make a Constitution save.
Oh, okay.
Nope. You didn't have Lesser Guidance anymore.
Okay, that's like the first time I have to check out.
Also, you lost haste. Now you also
no.
lost haste.
So that's a 10. I mean,
no, it's a 9.
I lose
Nine.
haste even though it's from the chlorophyte armor.
Oh, it's right. It's from the corporate army. Never mind.
Yeah, that's why I put that spell in, because I was like,
okay.
Well, if I put haste on it, I don't have to worry about losing concentration on it.
Jaydon,
so
what
you
was your
rolled-
question?
that was a 10 on Arcana.
Yeah, it was a 10
I
on
would say-
Arcana and 8 on his concentration.
I would say you would notice what the spell is. It is a you see the guard basically standing over you with the vial that holds your blood, and he puts it in one of his pouches and starts weaving a few sigils, which you notice that in addition to him weaving the sigils with his hands in the air, there are also strings of a black material that emerge from his armor and form additional sigils to fasten the spell casting.
Ooh.
And you see him. It doesn't look quite traditional, but it is pretty similar to a teleport spell, and then he vanishes.
So you could tell that he transported himself somewhere else in some capacity, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Based off the fact that you had the detect magic mask on. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I let the 10 succeed, because, I mean, if you can detect magic, you can at least see what kind of magic it is.
Yeah,
So-
even if you couldn't identify the spell specifically. Because all detect magic tells you is the school that the spell comes from. If you
Right.
remember.
It's useful in the right setting.
It's useful in the right setting, yes. Though it can also be completely changed.
Yeah, and detect magic brings a lot of weird question with counterspell. Like, do you quote unquote see a creature casting a spell if you're blinded but have detect magic on?
No, unless you have blind sight.
But you're still aware that he's casting magic, so it's weird. That's why I brought it up.
That was my thinking on a spot.
At that point, your paralyzation should work off.
Yeah, especially with the guard doing that leaving, there's probably no point in trying to keep track how much time there's left now.
You just hear the bro go, "How rude!"
Yeah, that's that.
The broom is now offended.
Oh, I will have to keep my eyes out for the broom.
Finn's microphone cut out.
Oh, that's not good.
One moment, guys.
Hi, because that could have ended really poorly.
Yeah.
Am I back now?
Yes.
Yep, you're back. Welcome back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was weird. It completely cut out my microphone. And now our Discord images are messed up because of the fact that I left the call and came back.
Oh, you actually made me think of something. When I asked if Jeffrey can be a rogue, I think you said not yet, right?
Yeah, I said not yet.
What's the criteria for him to gain class levels?
I'm keeping that a secret. So, this is fun.
That was a fun interaction.
Jaydon's got to introduce some of his characters, and there's mystery going afoot. There's now a side plot.
Yeah.
There's a side plot. There's a guy spamming scrying spells and ravens, and apparently someone that as a player, unless there's something weird going on, because hey, books of magical knowledge are a thing. There is a character that took all of his class levels on the same class to be able to cast a 5th level spell. Which technically my character could figure it out, given the counter spell failed. It's at least a 5th level spell because
That's true.
it's upcast to 4th level. I mean, I personally don't. My character has no way of being sure to know how high the scrying spell is, but now he knows that it's at least that there's at least a 5th level spellcaster. A spellcaster that can cast 5th level spells. Is what
Yeah.
It's different from a 5th level spellcaster.
So I told Fox in private, but I guess it's fine to mention here. The reason why he can't give Jeffrey class levels is because he didn't make Jeffrey. He built Jeffrey out of a loot box. Cathanglis currently, because of something he has, can give sentience to machines that he creates, but he didn't make Jeffrey. He just happened to pull a broom of flying out of a loot box, and it just so happened to be sentient. Which,
Is
yes,
that a
Datos,
role-
does mean that you can pull sentient creatures out of loot boxes. And weirdly enough, the creatures always know they came from a loot box, and are usually okay with that.
I am okay with that, and I'm not okay with that.
I pulled a living person that ended up being
Yes.
a previous character from a previous campaign Bug Boy was in, because he rolled outside their ranges for races. So he's like, well, I can do anything with that now.
You pulled Carthowitz Fitzgerald out of a box, yes.
Mhm.
But
Yes.
right.
I don't know what he's up to now.
Good question. He's technically your
Yeah.
character, so. Anyway, you were saying something, Jaydon?
Well, I wanted to ask on a little technicality here, because blood would technically count as a body part, right?
Blood would technically count as what?
A
body
A body
part.
part.
Yes. It technically counts as a body part.
Hmm.
Also, Surtur's blood is special for 2 reasons. One,
Oh boy.
what kind of Strixhaven are you?
Quandrix.
I'm trying to remember Surtur. Wasn't it Quandrix?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember it was the math one.
Meaning that his blood glows with a light green tinge and seems to have mathematical equations emanating off of it. And
Yo, yo,
also,
math!
he's specifically a sanguine soul sorcerer, meaning that his blood is richer and more potently, magically potent than a normal person's blood would be. More similar to how a dragon's blood is. Because he specifically does hemomancy, which enhances his own blood's ability. So
Okay.
that's notable for you, Janus.
It definitely is.
Oh no, it's math. Yes. The thing, Clocksworth has the power of math.
He has the power of math and anime and
We
catapult.
can.
Today we will learn everyone's favorite subject. Math! That was my Baldy impression, by the way.
I'm
Baldy's face.
going to assume the blood came off of me falling, and he didn't actually try to cut me, because then we get into a bunch of questions.
Wait,
Yes,
this
the
is
blood
the
came
first
off
time
of
we've
you.
ever seen Surtur bleed.
Surtur's bled. Yes, he is now bled. This is, I think, it's the first time Clockworth has ever bled.
That's what I said.
I guess maybe when I was fighting the basilisks, I took like half of my health in one hit there as well. So
Okay,
It
you
happened there, but
bled
it
that
didn't-
time too. Yeah. But that was back before we knew you were Strixhaven. So you didn't have any weird blood at the time. Now you have weird blood.
I mean, we had it, but it was not relevant, so we didn't bring it up.
By the way, what are you going to do after the Hold Monster spell wears off?
I mean, I don't think there's any way of me knowing where the hell your character went.
Also, there's also the question of does Clockwork even know where the heck he is in the city right now? Was he just kind of blindly following the broom and the stone? Was he keeping track of where he was going?
Wait, what happened to the stone? Is the stone gone?
I mean...
Also, where's Jeffrey? That's a good question, too.
Jeffrey is on top of the
I'm
tower.
assuming he's on the top of the tower, which would probably be the first place I would check. And the second... Would the stone have been looping around in a bunch of different things? Because if so, maybe Jeffrey could have just literally caught up to it before it reached him, and it would have made that interaction weirder.
And who is that guard that took your blood?
There's also that question, but I was talking about specifically. Because you were saying, do you know where you come from? Do you know where you are? Well, I think going in the opposite direction, given I would assume the stone flew in a straight line, wouldn't
it did not
that difficult.
It did not fly in a straight line. No, it was trying to dodge the broom. Remember?
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, so it was veering and turning a lot.
Then that makes a whole lot of calculations afterwards. That should have been made before, but I
more important,
like to retcon stuff.
Yeah,
but,
more important.
No, I don't know. I don't think I would. I didn't think of taking notes of where I was going. So.
Okay, so more importantly, are you going to investigate this tower for any evidence of the mysteries that we have? Are you just going to keep talking about that?
Yes.
Because I mean, the dude is in this tower, so why not investigate the tower? It just doesn't seem.
And also check the broom as well. Check if the broom is still there, or he left off. Or it left
if
off
the
already.
broom has woken up, it probably would have flown to you.
It would probably. We either would have waken up at the same time because he dropped concentration on both.
You would think that, yes.
Or the broom would have indeed woken up first when the time ran out.
You would think that, yes. But are you going to go investigate to find out?
I guess, yeah, because if the broom is either not going to check on me or the broom is already gone.
So, how do you want to approach this tower? You're at the base of it. What you're basically saying, it's very dilapidated, and you don't have much history in the world, but from what you can tell, it looks like someone hasn't been here in a long time. This is in one of the more run-down parts of town, from what you've heard. And it's a square guard tower with a long spiraling staircase that goes around the entire perimeter, walking all the way up to the top of the guard tower. And it specifically peeks over the walls, as it's meant to be, well, a tower to watch for invaders in the wall. But since there hasn't been war on this island in a very long time, it doesn't have anyone manning it anymore.
Okay.
And there's also a door that you can see, a large set of double doors that leads to an interior that you can go into.
Do I want to do it quickly and burn an extra spell slot to recast Fly, or do I just want to take the long route and possibly just arrive there and nothing is left there?
Right.
I think just so I could see if the broom just flies off, I would cast Fly and reach what I would assume be the room I was about to go in before being hit by a Hold Monster spell.
So you do end up casting Fly?
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast Fly, and you want to fly up to the top of the watchtower?
Yeah, the room I think he was in, I don't know if I lost track of it. I don't think I would, but
okay. As you fly up towards the top of the watchtower, you go up past the railing and look into the room that you were previously about to enter. Jaydon, could you please describe to me the interior of the room?
Well, it's basically just the top portion of the watchtower, so it's less of a room and more of a kind of all-around balcony. And you see on top of the tower, there is a circle drawn on the ground, and silver mirror shards that are lying in around that circle. And I don't know, Buck, would you say the broom is still there?
No. Notably, the broom is gone.
Then somewhere outside of the circle, around where you saw the guard fight with the broom, you would see a few glass shards and a very small puddle of blood that is probably mostly dried up at this point.
Interesting.
Dried up? Wow, how long does Old Monster last?
Well, Jeffrey doesn't bleed, so why is that relevant?
Well, I guess the encounter. Well, I guess the encounter, whatever made him bleed, happened before.
Unless this is blood from a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, so Hold Monster holds about 1 minute, but you noticed that the spell was that someone let the spell go.
Okay.
So it dropped early. But most of the blood is still fresh. Just parts of it have already begun to, dry up, as blood does. It's not a whole lot of blood. It's maybe make an intelligence check, maybe.
Intelligence or Arcana?
Intelligence.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's from the amount of blood and the glass lying around there, you can figure that it's a similar vial than the one that the guard had when he took your blood. And the amount of blood matches the volume of the vial.
Jeffrey is typing.
That's his holy wisdom of the day. One is on!
From wherever he is, he's not currently here. I like to think that it's just a note here, and the note just says blood is odd.
He's just writing notes!
Blood is odd, Jeffrey.
He's just writing sticky notes!
Oh, one thing I think that's more a question for you, Buck. What is the standard weaponry for a guard in the city? More like a glaive, halberd, or just a simple sword? A club.
I've seen
they
them
have
use
clubs.
muskets before.
Bug?
Maybe his mic cut out again, I don't know.
Oh, that could be. He's flashing green.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
That's really weird. Wait, I'm hearing myself in the background very faintly. But I don't hear him. That's weird.
I can hear him.
You
I'm
can
here.
hear him?
No.
Oh. Hi.
I heard
What would be the standard weaponry for a guard in the city?
Oh, it would be standard. Okay, well, standard weaponry for guards in my campaign in M-Plane is usually a long musket with a bayonet at the end that acts as a spear. However, for the Magic Capital ones, they specifically have they all have that, but in addition, they also have spellcasting focuses and a bunch of basic spells.
Then you would see one of those muskets lying around at the top of the tower.
Yeah. Specifically, I'll point out all of the muskets in the Magic Capital are +1 muskets. So it's a +1 musket you see lying around. Because, yeah, faction capitals tend to be pretty rich.
I
Yeah,
don't
it makes
judge a thing about that.
and it makes sense that the magic faction would have magic weapons to guard their city. Of all the factions, the first one that should have magic equipment would be that one.
I will say, because I've shown off the law mages before, which were the police officers of this place, their magic tends to focus specifically on restraining targets and disabling their ability to move, rather than pure damage dealing.
Yeah, I remember we had a small encounter with it that was disabled by Toshio after like 1 round or 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that genuinely feels like basically the encounter genuinely feels like a guard just
Those are law mages.
reacting. Yeah, it looks like it would look like what a guard would do. Maybe a high-ranking guard, because I'm not sure every guard knows 5th level magic.
In the Magic Faction Capital, well, there's likely a magical book of knowledge that they're learning it from.
True. Although, was I close enough to notice that either he cast Hold Monster, or Jeffrey was under Hold Monster when I arrived? Because
he did say before that you identified the spell. I thought.
The teleporting.
Yeah, but did I see that it was that it was also cast on Jeffrey, and that like
I don't believe you saw it was cast on Jeffrey, but you did see that Jeffrey was completely still for a second.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
and-
not too far-fetched to assume the same spell hit me.
Yeah.
So
And
a book
the
of
reason why you know it's
magical-
Hold Monster and not Hold Person is because it also worked on Jeffrey, and you as a caster know that Hold Person only works on humanoids.
And I know as a caster that either it was upcast in my case because counterspell failed,
Right.
or it was
No.
Hold Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning that can you That's something maybe my character wouldn't know, but can you stack books of magical knowledge?
No.
No.
So he did have a 5th level spell slot, an actual 5th level spell slot. Then if he
You don't know that. Well, actually, yeah.
Well-
No, he did have an actual 5th level spell slot. Yes, because he cast it twice.
At least, yeah, because he cast Hold Monster, and either Hold Person or Hold Monster on myself at a high enough level for me to not be able to counterspell it, which in both cases 5th level.
Yeah, so he did have an actual 5th level spell slot, even if he also knew the book. You don't know beyond that.
The math blood is cursing strong in you.
The what?
The math
Math
blood.
blood.
Math blood.
He cast it twice, so he had to have at minimum 1 5th level spell slot.
Yeah, that because he brought up the magical knowledge, and I was like, wait, that's true. Wait.
That's my
Also-
conclusion.
I think everyone can agree Quandrix is a good choice for Surtur because of how he is with the analyzing everything.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, when we started going with the characters, like, well, I have played like exactly once, like 8 years ago, a total of 10 hours of D&D. I think going off into something I'm not for what is my first character in almost 10 years would probably not be a good idea.
Yeah. Fun fact, Jaydon, this is Clockwork's first campaign. As in, this is Surtur's first campaign.
Yeah, it's
Nice. Also, that is my assessment. I like how Zero had that great assessment. My assessment is he's a powerful spellcaster.
yeah.
Said Cathanglith, who's currently lost in the void.
Yeah.
Right.
It just says that for me. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, That seems like a conversation I could technically have with Jeffrey if he was still there.
Like the Timmy Turner meme of, I'd have this conversation with Jeffrey if I had him.
But instead of Jeffrey, you get another wizard. Could you make another wisdom saving throw and this time subtract 10 from it?
Uh-oh. I know what this is.
Subtract 10.
Yes, subtract 10 from the wisdom save. So that
6.
is a 6. I assume you recast Bless on yourself? You need to have remembered to have done that, by the way.
I turned it off earlier, which you can see in the intelligence save, but since it's a first level spell slot, I can cast it in the same way I can cast Jaydon, so I
Right,
didn't
I'm just
bother
saying
bringing
you need
it
to
up.
remember to actually, cast it again. That's all. Either way, you fail, so...
Another little blue sphere pops up behind you. Well, in your vicinity. Yeah.
You're now being scribed, Boxer.
Yeah.
How do you react to the sphere?
Another sphere. Great.
Right? What was my first instinct to just turn around and lean down and then just pet it?
Because you're learning from me. That's what I would do.
That's I was about to say that's not what I would do. That's what Katanglis would do.
So Janos, I would like to actually. So, would you like my idea as to where Jeffrey is?
Sure.
So, Jeffrey, when this happens, I like to think that as you're teleporting away, he tried to quote-unquote follow you, but considering he doesn't know teleportation magic, he only got a whiff of it and instead was teleported to a random destination.
Alright, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so he's somewhere. Who knows where he is?
Somewhere in the
Answers
city,
response to all this.
probably. Somewhere in the
Great,
city,
there's a
probably, because the
There's a
magic in
third
the
missing
teleportation.
person now.
And there's
Yeah.
a third missing person.
It smells like
See,
mothballs and stale bread. Oh shit.
Suddenly
Maybe
a broom
four
appears in
if
the
I can
ocean
find
void.
if I can't find the dog again.
No, the dog is missing. The dog is missing too.
What dog?
What?
Raiju?
Raiju.
Yeah, Raiju is missing. He's
Right,
very...
Raiju was with Katangla, so there's 4 person missing. 5 if I can't find the space, the air dock.
6
again.
if you count Squirt the Oil King.
I don't know what that is. I can't
Where are we
remember right
going? Why is so many of the party gone?
Because Pythagoras decided to follow Sorter into the Shadow Realm.
Pythagoras into the shower room, and everyone's now like going, okay, now I'm gone.
Wait,
That was a joke.
Okay. I flew for upwards of 2 minutes. So even if it was a straight line, I'm less than a mile away from the dock. It shouldn't be too hard to find it.
Especially if you follow the wall of the city, which you can fly, so that'd be easy to do. You can find your way to the dock.
Yeah, I assume it's easy to spot the wall when I'm maximum like 2/3 of a mile away from the wall.
The watchtower is at the wall.
Okay.
The wall
That
is
makes
at,
sense.
for reference, my idea was the watchtower is like here.
No, let me turn off my character sheet. Oh, okay.
And then like the dock is over here. So if you just follow that wall around that perimeter, you'll make it to the dock.
Mhm.
Also, I just noticed I do the Naruto thing where I flick my nose sometimes. I never noticed that before, but I just did it on accident. You know, like that thing where he does that and whenever he gets like a point correct or something. I don't know. Jaydon, you were going to say something, right?
Ah? Oh no, I was just talking about the broom appearing in the ocean void.
Oh no, the broom is not going to appear in the ocean void right now. That'd be
That'd
too
be
easy.
funny if just like It's a gift. How did I get here?
Cathangos, fun fact. In the coming future, we're going to do a side session that's just Jeffrey's adventures. In wherever he is.
He's going to gain a class levels if it's the last thing I do.
Oh,
He goes
boy,
on an
level-
epic quest and it's like, congrats, you're first level rogue.
1 year later, a 20 level rogue broom flies again. Comes flying back.
It's a 20th level every class. It's just like, I didn't say which class. Fuck.
Right. It's like, comes back, it's just freaking, like, the Overlord anime where he's just completely overpowered for everything.
He just becomes a Bloodborne style boss. Jeffrey!
Jeffrey just comes back carrying the body of the BBEG.
Jeffrey appears like a Dark Souls style health bar. It's just like, time to fight Jeffrey.
It's like, all of a sudden, in the middle of the mission, boss music starts. Why do I hear boss music? And you just see Jeffrey appear at the bottom of the screen.
Jeffrey appearing at the bottom of the screen, carrying the dead body of Lion Fang.
Yeah. Having absorbed all the power of Lion Fang.
I scrubbed him up for you.
Anyway. Jaydon, is there anything else you want to do this session? Because I'm fine wrapping it up in about 45 minutes. We got about 45 more minutes.
I mean, I'm currently looking through the spell list. Not really, not now.
Okay.
I mean, I think I will keep scrying for now.
Alrighty then.
Just like how in personality, Phantom and Edward would just be looking, seeing all this chaos happen, look away and continue reading.
I mean, what are the chances that we ended up right beside them? What are the chances that this watchtower was right beside the library or something?
Right. It's not. This is the library. I've already established this big building in the center is the library.
Oh, right. Yeah. So they're like.
Yeah.
Oh, Edward comes back.
At this point, we have a semblance of scale now because of the watchtower and the skydock.
Yeah.
So yeah. They're probably a couple of miles away from all that bullshit.
Yeah, for reference, this is Toshio's castle. And as I said, the watchtower is like up here, and then the port was like over here.
I know the range because I think we joked about how a common storm would just take like a fourth of this place.
Yeah. Reference, by the way, you see these little circles along the border of the castle wall?
Mm-hmm.
Those are all watchtowers.
All of them.
All of them, yes. So there's a lot of watchtowers.
Oh.
And also, each of these are the gates that lead in and out of the city, and they have their own watchtower at the gates. It just so happens this gate also has a port attached to it that links for airships.
Okay.
I also asked you a question in DM, Jaydon. You want to go check that?
Okay. I was about to go back to Discord, but you said Jados.
Yeah. All of them?
Yeah, I went into the D&D general chat and found the gif of Piccolo. All of them?
I also like how the gif before that was just the papyrus spaghetti meme.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's my favorite image of papyrus.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I will note, the skeleton taverns do serve spaghetti as one of their meals.
Yes!
I mean, it would feel weird if you didn't go for it at this point.
Oh yeah, no. It's not even subtle. No.
So,
For a reminder, yes, the magic capital is on a floating island held aloft by a mythalog.
Then I would say, regarding your question, underneath.
Okay. You could have told me that in DMs, that's fine. I was just reminding them that this is the case. And reminding chat, because we are still technically live streaming.
I don't know if
But
we
I
know
like
out of
that.
context.
I like to give them enough information so that they can start asking questions but not answer them themselves.
True.
I didn't know, in character, none of my characters knew about the Mythalar much, I think?
The only person who would know anything about a Mythalar are people who have researched into legendary items, or people who have are part of the Mandraga House.
So Cathangos and Jaydon.
Clockwork, didn't you research like a bunch of items because you're recently going shopping?
I guess that would make sense.
I don't know.
Wait,
give me an
cool.
Arcana check, Clockwork.
The cool wood.
Give me an Arcana check for cool. Okay, Clockwork, no, you don't know what a Mythalar is. I need a higher roll than that.
Oh, right. About wrapping up the session, there would be one thing, and that there is a little blood on the. Well, actually.
A little
no, they
blob on
wouldn't
the
know
right?
about it. No, never mind. I just remembered something, so they wouldn't know where the blood is.
Jack,
Wow.
I like to think that Dracul has so little of an idea what it is, he doesn't even know how to pronounce the name.
It's not the fact he has no idea. He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. Yeah, there we go.
That's very Dracul.
So much you would call it.
Meanwhile, with the Nagless and Sortu, they're still just fishing.
Meanwhile, back on Earth.
Like, we're stuck in the Shadow Realm. What do we want to do? Fish. We'll just fish.
Cathangos' attitude to this is, it's only over when the fish jumps. It's over.
Small
It's over.
question.
Bye, everybody. Ends the stream.
How close would you have investigated the blood that was at the tower?
Would you have?
Oh,
That's a good
an
question.
interesting I don't think I would have. I didn't think of doing that.
Okay.
I was already thinking about going back, because at this point, what else would there be doing except maybe casting healing and trying to dispel the fucking.
Hey, Clockwork, roll me a D100.
Okay.
I'm gonna have an RNG encounter. I feel like it. 98. Alright. As you're walking back towards the port, you happen to hear a scream from an alley near you as someone is getting mugged, but it's not you.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything about that?
Yeah, I guess yes.
Okay. There seems to be about 3 perpetrators all cornering one person and seemingly trying to... you can't tell exactly what they're doing, but they're all have this person cornered and pinned against a wall, and one of them has their knife to their throat.
Has it been more than 10 minutes since I went into the watchtowers?
Considering how short the walk is, no.
Okay, then I guess I still have fly on.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? I'll let you take the first turn. I'm not even gonna bother with it.
Can you remind me what is going on?
There's 3 thugs in a back alley that are sticking up a person that is currently against a wall and they have a knife to their throat. As for what specifically they're trying to do, you have no idea, but you heard the person scream. So you presume they're in trouble. And you could go on and hope that the police get there in time. You can try to stop the thugs. You can just talk things out. There's many different ways to get rid of this. You can try to go get the police. You know. How do you want to approach this?
How far am I at this point from them?
You're about 60 feet away.
Okay.
You're within spell range for most spells.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, you're in the magic capital, so all of these people likely know magic in some regard.
Which means there's something weird going on if this small knight is... That's interesting. Let me
Oh, Kathang just found a new song for the Magic City. So I'm going to try playing that. Here. Let me upload it.
Let me check something real quick.
Oh wait, yeah. How do I do that? I forget. How do I upload songs onto here?
I just thought it'd be fitting for a theme.
Yeah, I thought it'd be fitting too. And now I'm trying to figure out how to get it on here. Oh, right. Click to upload. Oh, but I need that. I need to do an MP3 download. I'll worry about that later.
There's only one knife.
There's one knife. Would you like to make a perception check to see if you can see other weapons?
Oh, good. I meant like drawn out and
Oh, there's only one knife drawn, yes, but you can't. Since you only had a quick glance so far, you don't. It's not like you just. Give us what? You're just standing here staring at them.
Yeah, good point.
The only reason why he knows the knife in his throat was because he looked at the victim, who had a metal object down their throat.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get a turn. What are you going to do with your turn? You have action, bonus action, reaction, and interaction, as well as your extra bonus, as well as your extra action for king.
I am tempted to just try to catapult the small knife away. Because you said that the restrictions of that isn't being worn or carried basically doesn't apply anymore.
Oh, hold on! I gotta knock on my door.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
My dog is waking. He's waking up. I'll check it.
There's 3 bags up there.
Good.
Okay. The rest of the banana bread, pepperoni bread, cookies. Go for you. Oh, good thing. Okay. But yeah, I figured to wrap up the stream, we'll just have a small encounter.
Bug, the YouTube channel I sent you does a lot of these royalty-free songs, and I just sent you the YouTube channel link.
Thank you. I'll look into that when I'm back.
It's called Bardify.
Yeah.
Just one more thing.
Back.
Something you would have noticed about the guard is that in addition to his helmet, he's also wearing a mask.
Oh, is there a guard here?
No, I meant the guard on the tower. Just
the guard in the tower, yeah. Okay,
yeah, he would have definitely been wearing a mask. Probably
is it a mask that they
one.
recognize?
I like how one of Jeffrey's last words before he got teleported is, I just want to learn magic.
Probably not. Probably not. It would have been a mask just for this one.
Fair enough. Thankfully, Kathangus is not there. He might recognize it, but not these ones. No.
Yeah.
I kind of like this session the most.
Yeah, well, the session's not over yet. Clockwork, what are you doing?
I want to try to catapult the knife.
Okay. So you cast catapult on the knife. I'm going to have the dude make a strength save.
Good.
See if he can hold on to it. Well, this is either going to be he holds on to it, or like either he lets it go, or he gets pushed a bit with the knife. Either way.
Okay.
I don't have a stat sheet for this guy, so I'm just going to make up something. Let's say 1d20 plus 4. Sure. Oh! 3. We'll say his strength is 16. He rolled a 19! 22!
Yeah, that's more than my spell save DC.
So he manages to hold on to the knife, and I'll say that the knife ends up moving about half the distance it normally would, but now it's carrying the guy with it. So which way are you flinging the knife?
I was flinging it upwards.
So you flung the knife and the guy upwards into the air.
I'm not sure that... I'm genuinely not sure I would drag the guy upwards, because catapult specifically has a weight limit.
What's the weight limit?
5 pounds per level, and I was not wasting a spell slot, so I was using it at second level because of the
Okay.
museum
So,
or fight stuff. I don't know which.
You don't carry him upwards, but I believe all the damage you would do would just go straight into his arm. So roll me damage for catapults.
Oh, okay.
Because equal and opposite reactions in that regard. So go ahead and roll damage for catapult on the dude that's holding the knife. And you do fling his arm upwards, but you don't pull him up. Go for the jugular. No, the dude was going for the jugular, and Clockwork is preventing that.
You don't know, Dracul could be cheering on the guy!
15. Okay. You managed to hurt this guy quite a bit and rip his arm off.
Ooh.
And he is bloodied and now missing an arm. No, he's not dead.
That's a way to make an entrance.
Yeah.
I think that's more fitting for Dracul entrance, but
You hear the victim scream again. The dude is now screaming, and the other two is like, "What the hell?" And they look behind them and see you.
mm-hmm.
Like, and hey, what are you doing here? Is that the end of your turn? Actually, you used one of your actions. You still have your other stuff to do.
Is there room for me to be between the victim and the other tree now that, you know, there's not a knife at like 1 inch of the victim's jugular?
They would get a lot of opportunity attacks if you did.
Oh.
But technically, yes. Given the fact that you can fly, yes, but they would get opportunity attacks.
Yeah, and if I want to have more than 60 feet and not have basically a loop around to decrease, because you said they were 60 feet away, and that's my flying speed.
Yeah.
So unless I want to dash to like make a loop to reduce the amount of opportunity attacks.
Yep. What do you want to do? Because one thing that you could do if you want is like move up and then use your extra thing to do an attack on one of them with your weapon. But I don't know how you want to settle this.
I'd like to try to not kill them.
True.
So I think I would.
I'll give you 30 more seconds to figure out what you're going to do. Else your turn's going to get.
Fuck it, I'll go straight in.
You'll go frigging what?
I'll go straight in. I won't do the weird workaround.
So they'll get 3 opportunity attacks on you. One of which will be a disadvantage because he's lacking an arm.
And I'm curious with what weapon.
He's disarmed.
He's disarmed. Yes. Like you could say he's disarmed. No one laughs. I get it. Shut up, Nappa.
Shut up, Nappa.
Does a 12 hit you?
No.
Okay. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
It's just gonna go to 14. Does a 14 hit you?
And the final guy.
No.
Does a 16 hit you? Okay. So none of them actually
that include Misium and Chlorophyte. I don't think. I think unless they roll nat 20, they fail it.
Yeah, because even with the bigger guy, even with the one guy who has more skill, it still doesn't matter because he only has a +6.
Oh, do I need to? Oh crap!
So where exactly do you want to be positioned? Because if you want to be between them, you'd be directly in front of the victim, with the other guy about 5 feet away from you, like 5 feet in front of you, the guy that you ripped the arm off, and the other people about 10 feet to your right.
Okay.
And the victim is 5 feet behind you, because it's only a 15-foot alley. It's a small alley.
Okay. Oh, do I need to check if it's armor and stuff for the damage on the item, on the armor / shield durability? I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I needed to account what was my non-armor AC.
Your non-armor AC would be 10 plus dex.
Plus 2 because of haste.
So that means that 2 of them... that means all of them technically hit, but they're doing... I don't think they would do enough damage, do you think? Because you reduce damage, if you remember.
Oh. If they hit the armor directly, does the melee reflection trigger?
No, that would only happen if they hit you, not the armor.
It was the first time that the situation happened, so I had to ask.
Okay, no. What would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
I'd probably suggest to them that they should leave.
Yeah, tell them you should all leave. Make an intimidation check.
Okay.
I would say this qualifies more as intimidation than persuasion.
Fair.
No!
Wait.
11. I'll roll wisdom for these. I'll roll insight check for these guys. Or actually, wisdom save. No, insight. First one. 6. Second one. 14. And then third one. 16. So, one of them, on their turn, is just going to start running away. It's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. But the guy with the arm missing and the other guy are staying.
I'm surprised the guy with the arm missing isn't the one that rolls.
Yeah, you didn't know this, but he's the strongest member of the 3 of them.
I mean, makes sense it technically makes sense why he was the one with the knife, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, hey, the bigger, meaner looking dude is the one directly threatening you with a weapon. I guess it makes sense.
Either way, it's their turn. So
I guess since I'm not fully I guess since my HP isn't fully healed, can I just take the bonus action from the...
I can't hear both of you at once.
Yes, I know that. What was I supposed to do? Predict when someone else was about to start speaking?
It's okay. What were you saying, Cathingless?
I had BS that Jakul heard something, but no, he not.
No.
From that.
Yeah,
you're all the way at the port.
It's like 2,000 feet away.
We've already established before he doesn't care.
He does not at all.
Yeah. So no. Anyway, so sir, are you just ending your turn?
Can I use the bonus action from the Aura Vitality in the core fight on the shield to heal myself? I didn't bother healing. How much is it again? Let me check real quick.
Doesn't matter. Okay, so it's their turn.
That much.
This dude with one arm is going to look at you and go, "What the hell are you doing here?" And then he casts magic missile point blank in your face.
Point blank in my...
And he specifically upcasts it.
but that doesn't work again.
So, do you have a shield spell or anything to protect against this, or is it just hitting you directly?
I think I'll take the... I think I'll use the shield reaction, yeah.
You use your reaction to do the shield spell?
Yeah.
Okay. So, that means that a invisible shield appears in front of you, and it blocks the force shots, which annoys this guy very much. And he used his entire action. And now he's going to use his movement. He's actually just going to stand here and stare at you, not knowing why you're here. I'm going to have him make another wisdom save. plus, I believe it was 3. 4. Now he's going to start to try and leave. He's like, he just says, fine, and he just starts leaving. You
Fine, leaves.
You already used your reactions. You won't get an opportunity.
Yeah.
And now the
And
other guy.
You didn't tunnel fighter.
Yeah. You didn't have tunnel fighter up because you
yeah,
didn't
you
say what
preferred
your bonus
using it
action
for
was.
healing. I prefer
You
to heal
technically
myself
could have
with
put it up because of your bonus action. You didn't.
Yeah, but I preferred it. But I preferred healing myself with it.
The other guy, decides to shoot his musket at you. So I'll make an attack roll. 1d20 plus.
Which won't matter unless it's a nat 20. Probably, I assume it doesn't have that much.
Does a 22 hit?
No.
Okay, so it misses. It just pings off your armor, and he goes, "Yeah, I think that's a good idea," and he just leaves. So
okay, let me make sure my AC isn't. Let me make sure that I have the right number for my AC because it's.
Keep in mind, it's whatever his base AC is plus 5. Field spell.
Yeah, let me just reread the get my AC for everything. Wait, why is it? How much is? Okay, I need to. I need to look up a few things. Okay, I guess continue a bit while I look up everything and make sure that I don't have the wrong number because it seems big even for what I'm wearing.
That's do you have to be doing this right now?
No, I guess not.
Okay, because this I'm running out of time in the stream, so.
Okay.
Yeah, we only got about 20 minutes left of my allotted stream time before I want to end it. So, the 3 perpetrators have gone away. You managed to do this without killing one of them, and the guards catch up to them. As to what happens to that, you're not there. The victim is here. Do you talk to the victim at all, or do you just leave?
Yeah, I probably asked them if they're okay now.
The victim is a brown-haired individual, a woman. She seems to be dressed rather plainly, and she has auburn eyes. And she seems to be a little scared right now, but for the most part, she's holding better than you would expect for what little you know about people. And I say that because of your amnesia.
Yeah.
She seems to be made of sterner stuff than most.
Okay.
She says, thank you. I can't do female voices. I'm sorry, I'm not going to try. She basically says, thank you for helping me. And she asks for your name.
My name is Clocksworth.
She also asks, are you part of the local guard?
Sorry, I was just laughing about the thing they said.
I can't people.
It's. I guess I can reply saying to Ketenglis.
Sure.
No, I am not part of the local guard. I just heard it. I just heard the scream there and saw what seemed to be 3 people trying to mug you.
She nods and says, "You're not going to hurt me, are you?"
Why would I want to? No, I don't want to hurt you.
She looks you up and down, and then hands you a small piece of what looks like a small piece of paper, and then runs off.
I guess I look up. I'll look to the piece of. I'll look what the piece of paper is.
And when you look at the piece of paper, you can see there's a weird symbol on it. It looks like a purple ink blot, but
I want to write that in my a purple what?
Let me at least finish it first.
Okay.
Because I wasn't done.
Sorry.
A purple ink blot, except in the ink blot, there is some white sections that look like they put the silhouette of a skull and crossbones. So, if you want, I can type it out in Roll20 chat if that's easier for you.
Oh, fair enough. Ah.
There.
She's an ink pirate, a pirate that only steals ink.
No, that's not. Well, I mean, you don't know.
You don't know. You don't know.
Give me a history or investigation check. To think, not to think. Clock it.
Save notes, X, go back to the character sheet.
Yeah.
History, investigation, they're the same, so whatever. Ooh. Not 19.
bad.
You went to the library previously, right?
I don't know if he did. I know Edward and Phantom are
Yeah.
currently in there.
Okay. Well, you probably heard from some. I'll just say that you heard from someone or saw on a billboard that this symbol is one you recognize. It's the symbol of a local crime group that's been running around the area, though it's hard to pin down the members as there doesn't seem to be a central base that's been found of a location. They refer to themselves as the Blight Bandit. Or, as some other people have come to call them, the Pestilence.
Oh, that's an actually intimidating name.
That's the nickname. They call themselves the Blight Bandits, but other people just call them the Pestilence. The fact that they're the
When the population comes up with a more intimidating name for a crime group.
Yeah.
To Cathagos, they're just the ink pirates.
Now, as to whether this person was a part of them, or she's just trying to make you alerted to their presence, you don't know. Did you get a good look at the perpetrators? Because I don't think you investigate any of them to see if they had any marks or anything, so you don't know.
Nope, I did not.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I did not do that indeed.
Well, you have another name, and potentially another side story, depending on how you handle it. This is the oddest con, if you want. Yeah, selling out your own bandit.
Maybe
You're just basically selling them out and just like, I'm here to rob you. But why? You put all this effort into just doing this. You could have just robbed me, pointed up.
Who knows? Maybe she was trying to leave, and that's why people were threatening her.
I'm not
Who
trying to
knows?
make things worse, Bug. I promise. I'm just having fun with this.
Yeah. Alright. And I see
Probably.
Jaydon has started playing League of Legends, so I should probably quote stream here.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
just
I'm
following the
actually
walls.
actively
Just
playing.
following the walls, I should be able to make it back to the dock.
Okay.
I'm still actively listening to the. I'm not really.
Okay.
Playing.
It's fine. No one has shown up to the actual chat for what I've seen. So, that's fine.
I usually know that you switched to YouTube.
Take care, everyone.
But-
I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. This is fun. I had fun. You guys had fun. Suddenly, the hut falls over the crowd.
Well, I'm going to go now because I still have a stuff to write for
That's just how we
university.
edit.